Hello everybody, good afternoon and welcome to That's Football. It's the big one. It's Liverpool it's Liverpool at Chelsea. It's Chelsea versus Liverpool if we get it right. And it's also the Casido Derby. That's what I'm calling it, even though he's not made his bloody mind up yet. We're going to call it the Casido Derby in what I would say is the biggest game of the weekend. It was always going to be the biggest game of the weekend, and it is officially the biggest game of the weekend. Not because we're all going to watch it, but because it is the biggest game of the weekend. I think the layers to this, it's got more layers than a wedding cake. It's so fascinating because you've got this scenario with Casido, but you've also got this scenario with Liverpool and Chelsea where we just don't know which way it's going to go, do we? We just don't know which way it's going to go today. We don't know which way it's going to go this season. Liverpool could lose today and still finish above Chelsea. Chelsea could lose and still finish above Liverpool. The keeper's just clattered the Brentford striker there. It's very late, but it would be a FIFA penalty if it was given. I don't think it will get given. Just having a look at this. Oh, no, they're just showing some highlights there. Anyway, let me just go back to... We're sponsored by Manscaped. 20% off, free worldwide shipping. Trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. Use the code FOOTY at checkout and get 20% off. Link is in the description as always. Fantastic products with Manscaped, as you know. They've got the weed whacker for up your nose. They've got the ball trimmer for down there, which is around your balls. Trim the grass to make the yard look bigger, and they've just released this massive beauty. This is for here. Magnificent. I need one actually. I need a shave. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It's got so many different lengths on it. It's massively powerful, and it's really fast as well. I mean, it should be. It's just so fast. You can get a shave done really quick. It's absolutely fantastic. So 20% off, free worldwide shipping with the code FOOTY. You can scan your camera phone next to me there on that QR code when it goes round, or you can go through the link in the description. Manscaped truly are fantastic. A big shout out to Manscaped. And now, let's get the team news round going for you. Not the stats. Not the stats. You're for later. Stop jumping in. This is the Chelsea lineup for you. As you can see, Chelsea... I've still got Brentford-Tottenham on it. I don't actually know why that game has gone on so long. Maybe it's just the, added time nonsense that we get in football these days. But Chelsea lineup, you're going to see the Liverpool lineup before I go through the Chelsea lineup. But Sanchez in goal, formerly of Brighton. Disasi brought in this summer. You've got Thiago Silva and Colwill. Very exciting back five for Chelsea with Chilwell and Reece James there as well, both fit. Midfield three of Gallagher, Enzo Fernandez and Chukwuemeke, and then Sterling and Jackson up front. Now, I've got Jackson and I've got Chilwell in my Fantasy Premier League team, but I'm actually going for a Liverpool win. Now, Liverpool's team, get ready for this. I just want to go back to the Liverpool side here, just so we can focus in on what I'm about to say. I don't think it's got a lot of defensive capability. I really don't. You look at that midfield, Szoboszlai, McAllister and Gakpo is their midfield three. Where's the defensive cover there? I'm sure McAllister's going to do it, but, Trent, Canate, Van Dijk, Robertson, and then a front three of Salah, Jota and Diaz. I just don't think that Liverpool midfield's got a lot of defensive capability for an away game, and this is why they need to bloody buy somebody. They're really lightweight. You look at their bench, Gomez, Nunez, Jones, Elliott, Simiskas, Matip, Duac, McConnell and Kelleher. They really don't have any defensive midfielders. Chelsea's bench, by the way, look at this. Listen to this. Cucurella, Mudryk, Madueke, Ugo Chokwu, Dos Santos, Gusto, Maatsen, Burstow, Bergstrom. I mean, they are struggling a little bit for forwards, but Gusto is a good signing as well. So, look, really interested by that Chelsea lineup. And the game was delayed in the Brentford game. Thank you very much, everybody who's letting me know about that. What's your score prediction, Goldbridge? I've gone with a 1-0. In this one, I've gone with a 1-0 to Liverpool, gone with an away win. I don't know why. I mean, looking at that Liverpool side, it does look like they're going to play a little bit more on the front foot. Do you think the winner of this match decides where Casido goes, or will it be Chelsea? He says, whoops. I mean, does any Liverpool fan genuinely think that might be the case? I've got to be honest and fair here. I don't think there is. I mean, it could do. It could do. but I don't think it does have a massive impact on where it goes. They've only added 4 minutes on in the Brentford game. This is fantastic. I'm loving this. I'm loving the fact that they're not adding loads and loads of time on. In fact, yesterday we'll talk about that in a minute. But no, I think that. Thank you for subscribing, Frederick. We are very close to 995,000. We are on the road to 1 million. Get involved in the road to 1 million, everybody. This is your channel. I've always said that. It's the same with the United Stand. It's not mainstream. It's not ex-players. It's genuine fan opinion, and anybody's welcome here. It's unbelievable, the growth of it. And we are on the road to 1 million, which I just don't even know what to do if we get to 1 million. I never expected it with this channel. So it's absolutely incredible what we've built. And it's all down to you. So if you haven't subscribed, bottom right hand corner. And if you want to get involved in the road to 1 million, just share the video. There's a share link below. Share it on Twitter, Facebook, wherever you can. Get involved on the road to 1 million, because we're going to do something for 1 million. I'm sort of open to ideas. I've always said we'll do a live show in London. But, you know, I'm open to doing a few things because we never expected it. So it'd be just amazing. Absolutely brilliant. Drew subscribed at 4,000. I mean, I don't think it was that long. I remember doing the Euros and we were on like 200,000. The last Euros. I mean, how many years ago was that? The growth is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Whoever the genius is who decided to schedule our opening game on a Monday, we see you and we won't forget, says Chiri. You know what? I must be the only United fan who's like this. I'm absolutely not bothered that we're playing on Monday. I think the older I've got, the more patient I am. And my stance is we play on Monday, but then we play on Saturday. So Arsenal don't play until a week tomorrow. So Arsenal played on Saturday, but they don't play until a week tomorrow. We play on Monday and then we play on Saturday. I'm quite happy with that. And also, you get to take in the rest of the Premier League. You get to have a look at everybody else. You get to watch games like this. So, and I fully... Look, I'm sure a few of you aren't United fans. You'll be tuning in on the United Stand tomorrow night, hoping that I've jinxed it. But I fully expect us to beat Wolves as well. So... You know, I think Spurs have done all right today. I've watched a lot of the game. Spurs against Brentford, 2-2. They've done all right. Spurs. They've done all right. I think they're a different Spurs, and you know, I think it was the right time to get rid of Harry Kane. Not get rid of Harry Kane. You don't get rid of Harry Kane, but it's the right time for Harry Kane to move on, because this is a different Spurs side, so they've all got to get used to something new. So you may as well move Kane on as well. The first half had an extra 11 minutes, says Lucas. There you go. I love your content, Mark. Mate, greetings from Australia, says Shu. Just on the added time that's being added on, the team news is going round for you there on the screen. Get your comments in below. If you've got any Liverpool fans listening or watching, what do you think about that midfield three? McAllister, Szoboszlai and Gakpo as a midfield three. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, because it's Diaz, Jota and Salah as a front three, so it's not like there's some clever way of doing it. It's very you know, I think it's weak. I just want to say, Basuma, welcome back to football. I was very excited when he went from Brighton to Spurs under Conte. It was like he disappeared from football. He's back today. He was a dreadful signing last season. He's like a new signing this season. He's been brilliant in this game, and it's like a new signing. But the positive about Liverpool's team is it's ultra attacking, so we should see some goals. I mean, I'm massively excited about this. Has Klopp got angry with Chelsea taking Caicedo and just gone, you know what, we're gonna tear you a new one here? What's your thoughts on Maddison's assist, says Kieran? You know, Maddison sort of sat me down a little bit. He's had a really good start to the season, and I've actually tipped him to be a flop, and I'm still going to stand by it, but he's had a very good start to the season, Maddison. You might be wanting to put him in your fancy Premier League team. By the way, let us know in the chat, how are you doing with your fancy Premier League? I don't know how to find out how many people is in the That's Football Fantasy League, by the way. I don't know how. If anyone knows the total number of people in it, but I'm currently in 12,500th place. I'm nearly in the... I'm like 12,500 ranked, and yet I've got 49 points, which is the average. So there's bloody loads in that league. Like, because if I've got an average 49 points, which I have, and I'm 12,500, there's got to be a lot of, you know, there's got to be at least 20,000 in that league. Unbelievable. So I've got 49 points at the moment, but I have got John Stones in my starting 11, and Estebanan will come in with 7 points. So I'm really on 56. But I've got Jackson and Chilwell today, and then I've got 3 United players tomorrow. Lucas says that whilst Fabinho wasn't amazing last year, his absence will prove to be greater than anyone expects, especially with no replacement CDM. Thank you, Lucas. I have been asking for some Liverpool fans to get involved. What are your thoughts on the team? It's a very attacking team, but is it a bit of a naive team on the opening game of the season? Will Chelsea... I mean, look, Chelsea's problem last season was scoring goals. Liverpool's problem last season was conceding goals. I'm excited about this one. And it has... I don't care what anybody says. This game has got something to it because obviously they both want Casido and they both sort of, you know, they're both stabbing each other in the back to try and get Casido. Let's be honest. 89 points, 103 points is Ryan. Well done. There's always somebody. I will shout out who's top of our league actually because I can see. So we'll do that in a moment. But yeah, and as I said, with Liverpool and Chelsea, I just think it's massively interesting. I mean, let's do a poll on this. We've spoken about it quite a bit, but let's do a poll on this. Not who will win today, who will finish higher. Because I think a lot of people have said Liverpool, but have Chelsea with Pochettino got more balance in their squad, and they obviously look like they're going to get Casido and potentially Lavia. I think that Chelsea team looks a lot more balanced. It's going to be really interesting. Definitely going to be very interesting. It doesn't matter in the first game week. All first probably played a chip, says Lukey Boy. I don't know what that means. And I think it'll be 0-0, and I'd be happy with that, says Carl. United for life. What's the code? I can't remember what the code was, but what I am going to do is I am going to get the league up for us. And I'll tell you who's top. Just while I'm doing that, you might be interested in this. Obviously, the league have brought in this process of added time. Interestingly, apparently they added 7 minutes at the end of the first half. I think there should be no minutes added at the start of the first half. It's bloody ridiculous. Yesterday, in the 4 games that were not on the TV, the average time added at the end of the first half was 2 minutes. In the 4 televised games we've had so far, the average added time is 6 minutes. Now, I know Tyrone Mings got injured yesterday in the Newcastle game, but there's a clear difference there, isn't it? 4 games not on the telly, 2 minutes average added on at the end of the first half. 4 games not on the telly, over 6 minutes average added on. I mean, what's going on there? Why is that going on? So that's Football Premier League. We've got Dan Kiss, who is number 1 with 95. USA Raga is number 2 with 93. And Hermanus FC, which is Jaden Johnson, he's in 3rd place with 92. De Bruyne Identity, which is Ray Sawyer, has got 89. He's in position 4. And then BCFC with Chris Meredith and Premier League 11 with Nikhil have also got 89 with Crags United per Crag as well. So that really is our top 5 at the moment. They're all around 89, 95, which I'm quite pleased about because no one's actually running away with it. The league code, if you want to get involved in it, is CCYO8L. That's CCYO8L if you want to get involved. And we will obviously keep you updated with that during the game and during the season as well. So CCYO8L. 64% of you are saying that Liverpool will finish higher than Chelsea. Interesting. Let's see which Klopp turns up this season. Clippity or Jurgen, says James. Clippity Klopp. Lovely. Chelsea going to get whapped. And Mark, the Tottenham game had a head injury for Romero and a Brentford player stoppage, says Tony. There you go. And Tonali, says Ross Knight, was so good yesterday. I wanted Man United to buy him years ago. I remember talking about Tonali years ago. It's funny, actually. I don't know how many of you played win, lose or draw. It's this weekly thing that me and Ben Foster do. So you look at the Premier League fixtures and you pick a win, lose or a draw. I can tell you at the moment, I was 5-3 up going into the Brentford game. I predicted a Brentford win. I can't remember what Ben Foster predicted. So he might have pulled one back. I think I've got a funny feeling. If anyone can check on the homepage, I think he might have gone with a draw between Brentford and Spurs. I know I went with a Brentford win. But you can play that with us each week. But on that, when we previewed Newcastle Villa, Fozzie said Newcastle have only bought Tonali and Villa have had a really good pre-season. So I think I'll be reminding him about that one. But Yeah, look. I've gone with a Liverpool win. In 2 seasons, Todd may spend 900 million. That's nearly the same as City in 10 years. It's getting beyond ridiculous now, don't you think? Says Nathan. I mean, look, maybe I'm being ridiculously naive here, but are Chelsea cheating or are they just selling a lot of players? I don't know. Ben did go with a draw. That makes it 5-4. He's back in it. If he said a draw between Brentford and Spurs, he's back in it. Shit. I can't remember. I don't know what he said about this game as well. Oh, that's annoying. 65% of you said Liverpool will finish above Chelsea this year. That's our first poll of the season. Basuma is quality. Spurs never played him last season. Dan, I was just talking about that. I loved Basuma at Brighton. I think he's such a good player. I'm going to say something here right now. Basuma, Casido, I don't. You know, the only reason Casido's better than Basuma is because he is the man of the moment. Basuma at Brighton was brilliant. As good as Casido was at Brighton. So if Spurs can get anywhere near that player back, and let's not forget, the brilliance of Casido is the ability to not just tackle and pass, play through the press, receive the ball in tight spaces. This is what Basuma can do as well. So that you know, you talk about James Maddison, you talk about whether Richarlison and Son can step up to the plate, but if Basuma gets back to what he was like at Brighton under Spurs, that really is a new signing, because what a waste last year that was. How can it be 5-4? It's only been 8 games played, says Moses. That's a great point, Moses. Don't get me on maths. So Man City, yeah, I'll let me come back to you on that one. It's a good point. Thanks for the super chat as well. Not worth 110 million, not worth £60, says Dr. Kempo. Basuma was amazing, says Lick. And Chelsea lineup is cooked, says Spinelli. Well, you should be able to see the Chelsea lineup going round the screen. And I think that, as I've said, I quite like that Chelsea lineup in relation to the back five. Disasi, I don't know anything about him. Man United win for him, and I didn't know anything about him. So I'm very interested to see how he does at right centre-back. Colwill, starting for Chelsea, very important. He can take Maguire's place this season. Regardless of... If I'm Harry Maguire, I'm on the phone to Moyes saying, sign me up. Colwill, starting for Chelsea at left-sided centre-back. I'm telling you now, get on the train. You better get on the bus and cause no fuss. Get a grip of yourself before the love's lost. I'm telling you, get on this train now, or you're just going to get left behind. Colwill, starting at left-sided centre-back for Chelsea. If that's going to be a consistent thing, the press, Slow Sports News, are going to be all over Southgate's got to pick Colwill. Because if he's performing for Chelsea at left-sided centre-back, they're going to be all over it. All over it. And you know what? That's why Maguire needs to move quick. Who do you think is going to flop this season, says Daniel? It's actually a section on the podcast on Tuesday, so I'm not going to delve into it too much, but I'll definitely read some of yours out. Goldbridge, who has a better squad, Liverpool, Chelsea or United? Good question. I think Chelsea's squad's ridiculous. It's probably not as balanced. I think Liverpool's squad's decent, but it's not as balanced. And I think Man United have got a more balanced squad. But I worry about Chelsea's attack, and I worry about Liverpool's midfield. But I think all three of them need to make I think all three of them do need to make improvements. Yes, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued myself here by how it's 5-3 between me and Ben Foster on win, lose or draw, because some of you might be playing it as well. I'm just going to find that out. So we are. I don't know what time it is. Oh God, there's only 12 minutes to go till the start of this game. That was great. Brentford game carried on a little bit really because. It sort of made it go quicker here. Not that I need it to go quick. So this is what we did. Win, lose or draw. We do it every week. Me and Ben Foster. Each week there's a tenner, which I need to get hold of, up for grabs. And obviously there's glory to be had. I've played the game. Man City against Burnley. We both went with a City win. So that's a point each. Arsenal against Forest. We both went with an Arsenal win. So that's a point each. Bournemouth versus West Ham. I went with a draw. And Ben went with the Bournemouth win. I win. Sheffield United against Palace. We both went with a draw. and therefore we didn't get anything. Brighton versus Luton, we both went with a Brighton win. Newcastle against Villa, I went with a Newcastle win and Ben went with a draw, so it's 5-3. And apparently Brentford against Spurs, he went with a draw, I went with a Spurs win, so it's 5-4. There, so I am right. Yeah, you know what? I've confused myself there. I'm thinking, how can it be 5-4 when there's only been 8 games? But of course, it could be 9-9. It could be 8-8. That's how it works. You've questioned me, and now I understand it. It could be 8-8 because there's been 8 games. So the maximum you can have is 8, and it's 5-4. Easy. I don't know how many of you doing it as well. I'm sure some of you played it. Ben said Chelsea home win. Oh, that makes it really interesting. So it's 5-4. I've gone with the Liverpool win. He's gone with the Chelsea win. If he gets that, that's 5-all. And we've both gone with the United win tomorrow night. So it'll be a draw at the end of week 1. So, interesting. I like this. It adds glamour. It adds excitement and glamour. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's 5 from 8 and 4 from 8, says Pablo. Yeah, exactly. Some people probably need that explaining to them, including me. Fulham and Everton. Fulham and Everton was draw Ben and an Everton win for me. So neither has got a point on that one. If it's a draw, it's a rollover, Paul. It is. You're right. It becomes 20 quid. Oh, I love all this. At the start of the season, though, I love all this. I love all the win, lose or draw. I love all the Fantasy Premier League. The problem is, and I know I never quit Fantasy Premier League. I don't know about you. And some people quit it because they're not doing very well. I don't quit it because I'm not doing very well, because I'm quite stubborn and I will keep trying. I'll quit it because of a Friday night game missing the deadline, and that's what pisses me off. That's always the thing that beats me. I'll miss a deadline, and then I'm like, well, that's not the team I would have picked. Jay says, thanks for the super chats, by the way, that are coming in. You can do that through the $sign. Thanks for supporting the channel. Jay Rayner, you're a legend. He says, Colwell was at Huddersfield Town 2 years ago. He was on loan and was showing great potential and hasn't stopped developing since. Maguire should be very, very scared. Thank you, Jay. What went wrong for Villa yesterday, says Daniel. Well, I was on Talk Sport last night. I'm sure many of you, I hope some of you called in and listened in. Obviously, I do that 7:30 till 9 o'clock. So after that game, there was a few Villa fans who were obviously on the way home who'd been at the game, and they were basically saying that they were just very lethargic. Just got to put it down to as a bad day as the office. They've got Everton at home next week. That's when their season starts. A lot of people predicting Villa to do well. Here's one for you, actually. Let's do a little poll here. I like these. Now that you've seen them both play, who will finish higher? A lot of people were putting Villa in the top 4. Who will finish higher? Villa or Spurs? You've seen them both play now. It's only one game. That Liverpool midfield looks very vulnerable. None of them are able to defend, so I would not be surprised if Chelsea win. Jack, you know what? You're absolutely correct. I've said exactly this myself. Saw that team lineup come out with Liverpool. Wasn't particularly enamoured by their lack of defensive cover. Considering Liverpool's problem last year was that how many midfielder runners got at their back 4, that midfield is not very good. We are currently 200 subscribers away from 995,000 on the road to 1 million on That's Football. So please do subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner or bottom left-hand corner for you. Make sure you subscribe. We're on that road to 1 million. Thank you very much. Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable stuff. Okay, so we're about 8 minutes away from the start of this match. I've gone with a Liverpool 1-0 win. I mean, I don't really like predicting scores because it's just luck. I like to predict the result. And I just don't know why. I think Liverpool... The great thing about that Liverpool team is it's got to attack. It has to attack. It's not defensive. You can't go to Chelsea and defend with a team like that. So straight away, as a neutral who is watching this game, I say a neutral. I'd probably rather Chelsea win it because I don't like Liverpool. But, you know, I tried to be neutral on here and I've actually predicted Liverpool will win. And there are benefits to that. Having said that, I've got Chilwell and Jackson in my Fantasy Premier League team and I've got no Liverpool players. So I'm sort of a contradiction here. I'd rather Chelsea won because I don't like Liverpool. I think Liverpool are going to win and I've predicted it. But I've got 2 Chelsea players in my Fantasy Premier League and no Liverpool players. So Contradiction bridge. I suppose there's a way where I win no matter what happens, isn't there? What are your thoughts on Spurs today, says Sam. What was everybody's thoughts on Spurs yesterday? Isaac was class yesterday, says Adam. What was your thought on Spurs today, sorry? You know what, I've got to say, I was quite impressed with Spurs. Not surprised, but I think if you can go to Brentford and play like that, which is always a difficult place to go, I think Spurs can be pretty pleased with themselves today. I thought they were really, really, you know, a new dawn, a new Spurs, effectively. And I think we saw that. Man United up next. I mean, that's going to be a big test, a very, very big test. So we'll obviously see how they get on in the next game. But they were good, Spurs, today. But it is the opening game of the season. And there'll be teams that lose this weekend that go on and have a good season. And there'll be teams that have won this weekend that go on and have a bad season. But I thought Spurs today genuinely did play well. And I think that they can, you know, go into that United game. I mean, next Saturday night on the United stand, they can go into that game and certainly they'll have some confidence going into it. But, you know, we haven't seen United play yet, so I guess that's the big key. I will do a poll, who's going to win this game. You can get involved in that very, very shortly. But what have we got here? What have we got? What's going on, everybody? Trying to find my. I just lost the live chat. Sorry. So players are coming out onto the pitch. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to get me timer ready, don't I? Yeah, we're going to do a quick poll on the predictions for the game. I think we're going to see a decent game, and I think it's a difficult game for them. 59% have gone with Villa. Sorry, 60%. No, 59%. It's changing a lot. But basically, more people have said that Villa will finish above Spurs than Spurs above Villa. About 60% on that one. Let's do a game prediction here. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. Got nearly 15,000 watching already. And let's have a look here. So, match prediction, isn't it? Match prediction. So Chelsea win, draw, or Liverpool win. There we go. I got a couple of super chats coming in as well. As an Australian, I'm really proud with Ange coaching Tottenham and as in the semi-final of the World Cup for the women's. Who do you reckon will win, the Matildas or England, says Jake? Whatever I say, you can take it with a pinch of salt because I've got no idea about women's football in that sense as to form. You know, I don't know it like I do men's football. So it's like asking me who's going to win the golf. I just don't know. But I think England will win. I presume England are better than Australia. I presume. Jake says, beans on toast, Goldbridge and Super Sunday. Does it get much better than that? Jake, I'm loving that. I'm loving that. Let's have a look. As a Liverpool fan, I'm kind of nervous, says... account deleted. Okay. You should be nervous. I might delete you. I won't really. Get your votes in. Who do you think is going to win the game? Don't forget, we're sponsored by Manscaped. Footy is the code. 20% off. Links in the description or scan the QR code. Trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. It's absolutely fantastic. It's a great, great product. And you will not be relegated, but you will not be disappointed either. It really is great. Thank you very much to Manscaped. Let me just do that. Oh, what have I done? What have I done? Got a few technical issues here. No, sorted it. Well done. Well done. Get rid of that. Okay, we're back. Oh, I was there anyway. You prat. Talking to myself. Okay. And for the last haha, have a good one, says Aaron. And I predict 4-1 to Liverpool, says Daniel. And thoughts on Darwin Nunez on the bench, says Ian. I don't really know. I don't really know, mate. I don't know and don't honestly care about Liverpool enough to know about Darwin Núñez. I personally think he's a good player, but a lot of Liverpool fans have said to me he won't start. So there we go. But I still think, well, look, he's not going to turn it around off the bench, is he? But he needs to be stopped. I'll be interested to watch this Jackson guy. I really am. Right, timer. Timer bridge. Where are you? Okay, there we go. That's all right. That's perfect. It's going to be a good game, says Jake. I'm ready. I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this. Let's bring it on. Let's do it. I predict a goal fest, says Liam. Mark, would you ever put Højlund in FPL? Says M. I would. He's not at the moment. I'd be stupid to do that. Imagine Liverpool lose and then they don't manage to sign either Lavia or Caicedo. It would be epic, says Carl. I suggest he might be a Chelsea fan. Conor Gallagher playing for Chelsea is quite interesting. I thought they'd be moving him on. Big game for Jurgen Klopp. I think Liverpool will be motivated not just because of what's happening with Caicedo. I think they'll be motivated after last season. Welcome back to Pochettino as well. I've always said I think he's a bit of a bottler. I think he can get Chelsea top four, but I don't think he's a big game manager. I don't think he wins big trophies. But this game is fascinating. Fasten your seatbelts. Harry Mark, just seen Liverpool's bench, and it reminds me United from a couple of seasons ago. Their bench is very bad. I think there are potentially a lot of holes in this Liverpool side, and none more so than in that midfield. They've almost got to attack here. And they're away from home against a good side, and they've almost got to come and attack. It's fascinating to me, as I say. Anyway, we're up and running here. So I'm going to kill the poll here because you don't get to cheat. Chelsea win 34%. Draw 23%. Liverpool win 43%. So more people going with the Liverpool win. Interesting. That's what I've gone with. But Liverpool have got no centre defensive midfielders, of course. So that's going to be very, very interesting. Liverpool transfer business has been shocking for once, says Alex. Well, good start here. Oh, Liverpool have broken. And I haven't got Salah in my fantasy Premier League team. I tell you what, I think this game, here's Gakpo. I think this game is going to have a lot of chances in it. Already it looks really open. I think we could be in for a cracker here, everybody. Here's Salah. Chelsea have got a good defensive shape, but Salah's got it in the box. McAllister, cross comes in, and it's a bad header by Jota. But it looks open already, doesn't it? Hi, Mark. Was just wondering if you had the chance to listen to the Bank Mercy Kelly I suggested a few 2 weeks ago. New release in 2 weeks of Stolen Shorts. Haven't, no. And who do you think can challenge Haaland for top goal scorer, says Food Wood? Nobody. Here we go. Chelsea on the attack. Nice ball into Jackson. Holds it up. Down the channel. Lays it inside. And Liverpool win it back. Really good pace to the start of this game. And I like it. I like it. Really good fast-paced start to this game. Loving it. Open and fast from both. Should be a few goals. Another super chat coming in from Michael. As Jim Ross used to say, it's going to be a slobber knocker. I've been watching a lot of wrestling stuff recently. You know, you can live on YouTube. I mean, we're on YouTube, I suppose, but you can literally live on YouTube. I was watching episodes of Saint and Greavesy from the late 80s last night. I mean, it's weird, isn't it? Like, I'm watching episodes that are on a Saturday afternoon in, like, September 1989, and they're talking about that specific week and the results and everything, and I watched about 2 hours of it. I don't know. Then I was watching somebody, like, go around pubs in Dublin, you know, where you can get the best pint of Guinness. It's amazing. And then I was watching the story of the 90s in wrestling. There's just so much good stuff on there. It's better than mainstream. I know a lot of it's like, it's not as polished as mainstream in relation to the cameras they use and the audio, but the actual storytelling and interest, I think it's fascinating, some of the stuff that's on there. This is my sixth super chat because it doesn't let me do 5, says Aaron. Okay. 90s wrestling was amazing, says Ravinda. A foul here on Liverpool, and he's going to book somebody for it. No messing around from Anthony Taylor. He doesn't like Chelsea, and he's booked Chukwuemeka. I don't know what he did. Oh, yeah. I mean, I tell you what, if he catches him in the face, that could have been a red. Konate goes for the ball. Really high foot. I mean, look, it should be a yellow. He's pulled out, but if it caught him in the face, it could have been a red. So an early red card there. Sorry, an early yellow card for Chukwuemeka. You'll see this going round on the stats screen as well. That all updates as it goes round. Don't forget, OneFootball sponsor our stats screen. So where the stats are there for all the teams, they also do it individually for the players as well. So if you download OneFootball, links in the description, or scan the QR code in the top right-hand corner, you can also look at the the players' stats individually, which I love to look at. But an early yellow card, as you can see there, for Chukwuemeka. All this gets updated for us and is sponsored by OneFootball. So download it for free. It's on Apple and Android. Jack says, thought both Richarlison and Turner were horrible against Brentford today. I would try and get a new keeper, defender and striker before the window closes. Cleared away by Chelsea here. Absolutely loving the pace of this game. Do you think Saka and Martinelli are the best left winger and right winger combinations in the league? Says 40. Oh, here we go. Oh, he's just overhit the pass there. Jota overhits the pass, or Diaz would have been in. He's picked it up on the far-hand side. Obviously not literally picked it up. That would be a handball. But he's still got it, Diaz, here. Liverpool looking dangerous. A lot more dangerous than Chelsea in this first 5 minutes. Who will win the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, says Daniel. Here we go. Lovely run into the box. Oh. It was Jota running into the box, and it was Szoboszlai who took it off his foot. Look at this. Lovely run by Jota. No, I'm sorry. It was Szoboszlai who went on the run, and then it was Jota who took it off his foot. Hi, Mark. I'm looking forward to seeing Todd for Chelsea. He's on the bench today and looks like good up and coming prospect, says Happy. Hi, Mark. Just wanted to thank you for helping me get through tough times with your content. Always look forward to your videos. Thanks, Vincent. Always nice to get some positive feedback as well. Make sure you subscribe, everybody. We're on the road to 1 million, but we're very close to 995, which gets us even closer. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. And if you have already subscribed, you can help us on the road to 1 million by sharing the video. There is a share button underneath YouTube where you can just share it to your Twitter or whatever like that. Really appreciate that as well. Road to 1 million. Chelsea looking a bit on the back foot at the moment, yes. Liverpool definitely starting the better. Obviously, it's early doors, but we knew this was going to happen. Chelsea have got more defensive setup. Liverpool have gone very, very on the attack because they haven't got any defensive midfielders. They are obviously playing on the front foot here. Poch versus Klopp. I'm loving this game. I'm loving it. Chelsea struggling to get out their own half at the moment, but they might have an opportunity here. Reece James. Nice long ball into Sterling, but Van Dijk really well across. Oh, Van Dijk did fantastic there to keep it in as well. And Robertson, terrible pass. I wonder if this season, I'm going to say this right now. I've noticed this about Liverpool for years. They can have 2 years where they're dominant, and then they have a down year. And I just wonder whether this year we're going to see this ridiculous pressing Liverpool and energetic Liverpool, because last year was their down year. It happened before in COVID. When the COVID year, wasn't it? They had that down year and then they came bouncing back again. And I just wonder whether Liverpool, if you looked at Liverpool last year, the way they dropped off compared to the year before was incredible. And yeah, they had some players that were aging, of course, but lovely play by Konate there to get them out of trouble. And takes the foul. Ollie says, hi Marky, send my love to Kaneki, says AMK. And also, I'm moving to the UK in December. Are you hiring? Says Kanye Films. What can you do? Oh, Diaz is in. He's going to have to go back there. I tell you what, you can tell it's a good game because I'm spending a lot more time talking about the game. Like some of the games we've done so far, like Arsenal, there was a lot of talk about crisps and your favourite film. But this game, there's a lot going on. I've gone with the Chelsea win, Mason. I've gone with the Chelsea win. Sorry, I've gone with the Liverpool win, actually. 1-0, if you want a score prediction. But I have gone with the Liverpool win. I don't think it'll be 1-0 to Liverpool. I mean, I didn't know, this is the stupidity about predicting based on score because you don't know what the teams are. Now I've seen the teams, I think there'll be more than 2 goals in this game. That's just my prediction. Wearing shorts today. Nope. Good cross. Now, this is where Chelsea can make a difference. They've won a corner. What's Ollie doing nowadays, says Daniel. I don't know. Is he managing in Norway? Ollie, what you doing? Corner to Chelsea. Still got Thiago Silva. I can film, edit and watch football, says Kanye. Can you? There we go. Drop us a line in December. Let's see what happens with this corner. Why have Chelsea not got a sponsor? Oh, Chelsea. Oh, good cross. Headed away by Liverpool. They're still in there. Chilwell. I don't know what he was doing there. And there's Sterling, obviously against his former club. Mark, do you think Chelsea are bluffing with their bid to get Liverpool to withdraw their offer? It seems they are feeding some journos, says Guna. I don't think Chelsea are bluffing. I think Chelsea would love the price to come down to 100 so they can afford him. Apparently, it's financial fair play that's stopping them go up to the package that Liverpool are offering. I think they'd love Liverpool to pull out, of course, but managing Norway under 21s is what Ollie's doing, says Jack. Well, I don't think there's a United fan out there that would sit there and say, yes, there's a great chance that Solskjaer will manage in the Premier League again. I'm keeping an eye on Disasi. Chelsea coming back into this now. Good block. Good block. Konate started very well. He has. He started very well. Chelsea are always going to have a little bit of, well, not even a little bit. They're always going to have some possession. He's done well. He's done very well. Cody Gakpo. Oh, he messed that up. He messed that up. Salah, it's the Denver bar. And there might have been an offside in the build-up. But Gakpo could have had a really good chance here. He couldn't get it out of his feet. Had to go back to Salah, who hit the shot and hit the bar. But this is Gakpo. He just got caught under his feet a little bit. And then Salah does very, very well. Hits the bar. Good. Look at that shot by Salah. It's very, very good. Not going in because it hit the bar. Konate. I'll tell you what Konate's reminded me of today. He's like a lion running around a load of zebras, devouring them, dominating them. The alpha male. Because if it was a female lion, it'd be a lioness. There he is again, interception. He's had a good run down the right-hand side. He's looking the best player on the pitch at the moment, Konate. Patrolling that Liverpool defensive line. Like a lion, patrolling its pride. Looking for its next meal. Konate's playing really good, says Nico. He is, yeah. Liam wants +4 goals today. It probably end up being 0-0, won't it? But it's certainly open. And I'd give it Liverpool at the moment. I'm trying to keep an eye on here to see what happens with the stats when they go around. Play more FIFA, says Ron. I will be back playing FIFA. I'm just waiting for the new game. I've been talking to a few people about doing some different stuff on FIFA this year as well. Career mode's a bit all time consuming, so I'm thinking about doing some challenges and a bit of pro clubs this year as well. So let's see. Here we go. Chilwell in my fantasy Premier League team. Wants it back. Should have got it back. Did get it back. Into the box. Loses it. Lovely quick feet by Szoboszlai there. I've been impressed with him. And then Trent Alexander-Arnold loses it. Are you going to do Super League watch-along? Super Cup watch-along on Wednesday, says Bradley. Mate, I would rather do a watch-along of the One Show, which I hate, with Jermaine Genius as the main presenter on it. I have got no interest in the Super Cup, which is going to be Manchester City against Sevilla, is it? No chance. No chance. 18,300 watching. Thanks everyone for tuning in. You're absolute legends. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner on the road to 1 million, which is incredible. Absolutely incredible. It is Sevilla. We're only 10 subscribers away from 995. I'll change that number when we hit it. Chilwell is really bad, says Comeback Kings. What will be the title race this season, says Daniel? Too early. Too early to say. I mean, look, it's way too early to say. The way Liverpool have started this game, if they can sort out their midfield, they look really good. The dangerous thing about Liverpool is, and I actually predicted that Liverpool would be fighting Arsenal to be the challenger for City. But it all depends on that midfield. Because Klopp's won titles, he's won Champions Leagues. A lot of these Liverpool players have done that. They've got some hungry players coming in that are talented, like McAllister and Gakpo and Diaz and Szoboszlai. And they've got defenders like Konate, who, if he can stay fit, looks really, really good. They've got the experienced players like Van Dijk and Trent and Robertson and Salah and Alisson. And he's done really well there, Alisson, because that was a good cross from Chelsea. I thought it was going to end in a goal. Liverpool can challenge, but it's whether the balance of the team is right. That's going to be Liverpool's biggest problem. Liverpool's lack of a CDM will be exposed, says Rob. Yes, I think that's the biggest problem. They're playing through the lines a bit here. Here's Sterling looking for a pass, tries to go to Reece James, overplayed that. I mean, he's an interesting player, isn't he, Sterling? What are our thoughts on Raheem Sterling? He's an interesting player. Second season at Chelsea. You know, a mainstay of Gareth Southgate's England side. Alisson did really well there because that was a good cross from Reece James, and Jackson's heading towards it, and he actually nearly gets there. I think he does get I think he did get a touch on that, Jackson. He's very inconsistent. He's rubbish. He's washed. This is all the words coming in about Raheem Sterling. How old's Raheem Sterling now? Good play there by Thiago Silva. I think the weakness for Chelsea at the moment. Oh my God, Salah's onside here. Terrible first touch, and Disasi comes along and does really well. They were in a 2v1 there. Salah should have done a lot better there. He's onside. Chelsea think he's off. He's well on. Look at Disasi's position there. I tell you what, he covers. Well, he doesn't cover well. He gets lucky. Disasi there was absolutely terrible positioning, but he got away with it. Yeah, I think that the weak side of this Chelsea defence is the Disasi side at the moment. Obviously, he's new to the Prem, so it's going to take a bit of time. But that's where they seem to have got their best joy. Salah's been dealt with quite well by Colwill and Thiago Silva so far, but the movement of the passing by Liverpool when they've got in the groove has been really good. This ball to Salah is fantastic. And he's up against Colwill here. And that's a delightful cross. That's a great goal. I don't want to clap, it's Liverpool. But that is absolutely brilliant. From back to front, Liverpool have torn Chelsea apart. The ball into Salah was delightful. But before that, they were playing out from the back. And then Salah goes at Colwill, hits it over onto that back post. I said Disasi was a problem, and I think he is a problem. He just played Salah onside and got away with it and lost his man, and he's lost his man here, and it's 1-0. Look at this. Alisson, lovely little one-touch pass into Kanate. He's been involved. McAllister's pass to Salah is delightful, and then Salah's in against Colwill, and Disasi is nowhere near his man. And it's 1-0 to Chelsea there. It's 1-0 to Liverpool. And it's a very, very, very good goal. Very good goal from Liverpool. And that Disasi does look a bit weak. Looks dodgy so far. He really does. Good finish by Diaz. I tell you what, they missed Diaz last season as well. They missed Diaz last season. 20 minutes gone. What a game. It's been really good to watch. Chelsea are going to have to get back into it. It's the sort of game where, you know, you're the home side. It's the opening game of the season. Liverpool have looked better, but you hope to score first. You don't want to not score first. And Chelsea... Remember, Chelsea got a massive hangover from last season as well. New manager, new start. We've seen that with Spurs, but... They were so bad last year. You know, is that going to be a bit of a hangover? Bad defending by Chelsea, Mark. Look, I don't think Colwill does much wrong. He can't commit against Salah. He's got to stand him up. He does that. I think Thiago Silva's position is good. But Disasi has lost Diaz. He's lost him. We've all played that. We've done it on a Friday night. We've done it on a Thursday night, playing five-a-side. You're out of position. You're begging that they're not going to play that pass. And they play that pass. Watch it back here. Lovely, lovely camera angle here. Lovely ball by McAllister into Salah. Magnetic first touch. Colwill's just got to stand him up, which he does. But Disasi's lost him. That shouldn't happen. It's Disasi has lost him. Salah's pass is brilliant. But Chelsea are actually in a good position here. Colwill, Silva, good positions. But Disasi's lost his man. Some people are blaming Reece James. Reece James is an attacking fullback. It's not his job. Oh, Kanate push on the back. No, not a penalty for me. Pushes Chilwell. I just wanted to see that again. I mean, not that I haven't seen them given, but... No, absolutely no way. No way in a million years. A few people are arguing about whether it was Reece James or Disasi who lost him. My point is, Thiago Silva's in position. Colwell's in position. The right side centre-back is out of position. It's Disasi for me. So Chris saying it's clearly Reece James who lost his man. For me, Disasi is not where he should be. He's completely out of position. Whether it's Reece James' man or not, look at them now. Look at where Disasi is. That's where he should be. He's struggling. I feel sorry for him. It's a new player in a new league and he's struggling. Hi, Mark. At the 9 games you've watched, what player stood out the most for you? Got my fiancé addicted to your opinions. Thanks for what you do, says Christian. Player that stood out for me the most? Probably Haaland. And I know that's really boring, but that's the league we live in. I think his finishes were... Just, you know, I think we sometimes don't champion what we've got. I think we've got the best league in the world, but I also think we've got the best striker in the world. The best penalty box striker. And his finishes against Burnley were brilliant. So, yeah. Liverpool looking like a threat for the title, Mark. Too early, Rian. Too early to say that. Yeah, too early to say that. Chelsea with a chance to cross here. It's a long way to go. Chelsea aren't out of this yet. Liverpool have put a lot of energy in. Good header into the box there. Alisson's going to catch that, though. Tonali did play well yesterday as well. Yeah, I mean, Newcastle definitely have the team performance. I can't believe... I mean, this is the first time I've been live with you since that game. We were talking about this yesterday. Villa, I think, will have a good season, but I can't understand. I think this happens a lot. I think people start to over-egg the pudding a little bit on opening weekend. I don't know why people thought Villa were going to beat Newcastle. I never thought they would. Newcastle at St James's Park, I saw it firsthand with United. They are brilliant, and nothing's changed. In fact, they're stronger than they were last year. So I wasn't surprised that Newcastle won. I was surprised by the enormity of the win, but I wasn't surprised they won. And I think a few people were sleeping on Newcastle. I mean, look, Newcastle might not get top four this year because of the Champions League. I subscribe to that view potentially. But yeah, they're so good at home, Newcastle. And Tonali is a very good signing. There's the stats so far. Chelsea having more possession. Liverpool actually just moving on the break very, very quickly so far. Just looking at Salah's opening day record there, it's very good. Here's a nice ball. Jackson, he's in. Oh, I've got him in my fancy Premier League team. He wants a corner. He's not going to get one. Can you say happy birthday to Will? Says Ollie. Happy birthday to Will Dobson. Marvin AM says, you said that Harvey Barnes isn't a good signing. I didn't say Harvey Barnes wasn't a good signing. I love it when people get it wrong. I didn't say he wasn't a good signing. I said it wasn't the sort of signing you expect Newcastle to do in relation to how rich they are. I said it was an Eddie Howe signing, like a Dan Burn or a Kieran Trippier. He buys these types of players that I would say aren't massively inspiring, but then he signs them and takes them to the next level. My criticism, I suppose, was that Newcastle have the wealth of a Manchester City and could be buying better than Harvey Barnes. But what I said is Eddie Howe will probably turn him into one of the players of the year because that's the brilliance of Eddie Howe. He does these sort of signings. I quite like the no sponsor shirt. Haven't worn a football shirt since I was a kid, but I would be tempted by something more minimal, says Nick P. Why haven't they got a sponsor? When will we be able to listen to the United Stand shows on Spotify, says Kenzie. Oh, I'm not doing that. Love the podcast, says Aaron. You can listen to the podcast on Spotify and iTunes and everywhere else. Goldbridge Saves Football. Still number 4 in UK podcasts. Incredible start. Next episode's on Tuesday. We're loving doing it. And thanks everyone who's tuning in. And Liverpool are away again here. It's a 3v2. It's Disasi who's been absolutely rolled. It's Salah. It's good defending. Whoever got their foot in the way, because it could have been 2-0. And it was Disasi who got rolled again. He's having a nightmare at the moment. And there will be a foul on Sterling. Oh, no, he's given it. He hasn't given it. He has given it. But that was going to be 2-0. Salah with the shot into the bottom corner. And I think it was Colwell or Silva who got their foot in the way. But look at this. Disasi gets rolled again. He's having a nightmare game. Diaz into Salah. I think it's Thiago Silva, isn't it? Stops it, making it 2-0. Poor old Disasi's having a bloody nightmare. I wonder if Ratcliffe is at the game, says Elvin. I wonder if Chelsea bought Disasi because they knew United were interested. I don't know. Were they really in for him? I don't know. Liverpool are just playing through Chelsea time and time again. Weaknesses in this Chelsea side, as it's on the screen there. Conor Gallagher, Disasi, Sterling. They're 3 players that are just not at the level of the other Chelsea players, I don't feel. You can see why Chelsea want Caicedo, because if you put Caicedo in the Conor Gallagher position, it improves straight away. Still think they need a striker, though. I don't think Chelsea have done enough in the striking position. I really don't. You can get the podcast on Apple Music, yes, Chris. It's on iTunes, isn't it? Same thing, I think. Goldbridge Saves Football. Give it a download. Do the Sean Dyche voice, says Daniel. I might. Same problems for Chelsea. Need a striker, yeah. No, well, obviously, Sean Paul makes a great point. And Kunku, he would have been starting. Gets injured at the start of the season. Which is unlucky, of course. Have we hit 995? Thanks everyone who subscribed, by the way. I'm just going to check. Another foul there on McAllister. No, I just think for the money that Chelsea spend, I would have expected them to spend a little bit more on a striker. Nice little ball here. You wonder if Liverpool will just calm it down a little bit here. Oh, he's in. Salah. He's too. If he's onside, he's offside. He's onside. Oh my god. Oh my god. If that counts, it's hard to. No, Salah thinks it does. Chelsea are a mess. 2-0 and Chelsea are a mess at the back. They are an absolute mess here. No, he's offside. He's got to be offside. Offside. Looks offside to me. Looks offside. If he's not offside there, I don't know football. But you've got to say, they're living on the edge, Chelsea here. This whole high line thing that we saw yesterday with Aston Villa as well. It's a dangerous game to play. And they're playing it. They're playing it. I've played the game. Salah looks very, very sharp. They're having a good look. I tell you what, if this is offside, this is what annoys me about VAR. It's taking too long. How can you take that long? My gran can see that's offside. She's been dead for 10 years. Oh my God. They've taken nearly a minute to give an offside that's bloody blatant. How do you take that long to do that? I can't speak. That's incredible. Why did it take so long? I don't know. It's another warning sign for Chelsea. Half an hour gone. I tell you what, if that goes in, that would have been absolutely pants for Chelsea, I think. I can't speak. I can't speak. I can't speak. If you're new here, just don't worry. I'm not like, I haven't got Tourette's or anything like that. I just start randomly. I am effectively talking to myself. I mean, there is a camera and a live chat. I never feel like I'm talking to myself, but I suppose technically I sort of am. Potch out, Ollie in, says Just Keevan. Scooby-Doo. There's a yellow card here. Jota and Enzo. Let him speak, Simon. Let him speak. Anthony Taylor's a good lad. Bit of argy-bargy there, Simon. Anthony Taylor doing a great job. Pass me the crunchy nut cornflakes, Simon. I'll have another bowl. I'll have another one. I'm not driving. The Audi's in the garage. Pint of milk. Some crunchy nut cornflakes. Let him speak, Simon. Right. Chelsea need to start creating some chances here. That's what I'd say. Nicholas says it's Mark's world and we're all just living in it. We're all living in it together. Enzo, Alistair, Tonali, and we have Mount, says Faris. Oh, come on, Mount's not even had his competitive debut yet. What does Sean Dyche think of his game, says Daniel? Well, you know what? Yesterday, I can't believe it. I can't do Sean Dyche anymore. It really makes my throat tickle. I actually can't do it. It really gets my throat going. Well, at the end of the day, I can't. I'm retiring it. It makes me cough all the time. Mark, I'm Ronnie Pickering and I can't speak, says Jims. A little bit of a battle in the midfield. Here we go. Sterling. Gives it away. Thinks he plays for Liverpool still. Abraham says, hi Mark, what's your take on Neymar going to the Saudi League, considering he's one of the best players in the world? Also, to what point do you think the Saudi League starts to become a concern? Can I have my honest opinion on the Saudi League? I think I can, can't I? Yes. I think it's a shame. Look, people can do what they want to do, but I watched a bit of the Saudi football. It's shit. The standard's shit. Like, I don't care if there's another competitive league out there that's better than the Premier League and I can watch it and enjoy it. But the standard of football is shite. And they can't do anything about that. I'm not knocking the Saudi League. I know what they're trying to do and that's up to them. But the people are there they're there to earn money. They're there for money. They're not there for competitive, tenacity or drive. It's a place to go and earn money. And that is, I've got a mate who I used to work with, right, in Birmingham. He was quite good at his job and he got headhunted by a financial institution in London. He didn't want to move to London and his family and kids were in Birmingham. So he used to get up at 5 o'clock every morning to get the train to London, get into London about 7:30, on the tube, get in the office at 8:30, work till 6, on the tube, get the train, get back at 9 o'clock at night. Did that 5 days a week. Why did he do it? Money. Did he have job satisfaction? Did he have a good home life balance? No. He did it for 2 years to earn really good money. And I think that's a little bit like Saudi Arabia. The players are there because of money. The actual quality will never be there when you're just paying people for money. Because they don't have... look, the Premier League's got a lot of people that are in it for money. But we've also got a competitive league that's been there for years and years. Same as La Liga. Same as the Champions League. Same as the Bundesliga. Same as Serie A. The trouble with Saudi Arabia is they're trying to build it really quick. But their biggest issue... It's a bit like Man City, isn't it? Very, very good. Very good team. But that nobody respects them. And they don't really have much of a history. But at least Man City play in the Premier League. What they're doing is credible in that sense. But the Saudi League is going to have a problem because the competitive element, it's exhibition football, isn't it? When I watch it, it's like, oh, there's Neymar, there's Firmino, there's Ronaldo. But it's exhibition football. It's not even international. Sterling! Oh, just put over the bar from Trent Alexander-Arnold from the cutback. V2 says, I'm a Chelsea fan, but I've already written this season off. Already did before it began. Well, I don't agree with that, V2. I'll come back to that. Mr. Kilm says, I've got a question. Now it's, how does it feel to run the show with the best looking audience in the world? Well, I don't get to see them, but it's great to hear. Headed away by Canate, who's been colossal. Coney, welcome to the Members Club. And as for the writing off Chelsea, guess who scored? Guess who scored? You wouldn't believe it. He's been absolutely shit. And he's scored. Disarcy has scored for Chelsea. Liverpool, how have they done that? Here we go. Just good timing, Seb. There's been a goal. It's 1-1. Let me just shut the door. And as Sebastian delivers me a cup of tea, Disarcy delivers for Chelsea. He's well onside. There'll be no problem with that. And I think yet again, are we looking at Trent Alexander? Oh, it's Trent's defending again. It's Trent's defending again. That's it's just bad defending. That's the bad side of Trent Alexander-Arnold, isn't it? But Disarcy gets the goal. He's a unit. Look at that. Scores on his Chelsea debut. Look, I said he was having a bloody nightmare. But, he might grow into the game now. 1-1. Lovely stuff. Saudi League is putting 5 top players in League 2, says Ben. Well, Chelsea have got the crowd now. Can they build on that? I mean, literally, we just had a Chelsea fan writing off their season. And I'll tell you what, Jota's having a shit game, isn't he? He's not at the races at all. And the crowd's up for it now for Chelsea. And that's just that's how quickly a game can change. Chilwell, 2-1. He scored. And I've got Chilwell in my team. And it's 2-1. What are Chelsea doing here? What are Liverpool doing here? How have they turned this around? Chelsea have not been in this game for half an hour. And they've turned it around here into 2-1. And Chilwell, who's in my fancy Premier League team, well, chilled like an ice pop. He's in one-on-one. I don't know why he's in one-on-one. I hate to say it, but it might be worth having a look at Trent again. But watch this. Yeah. Look. Trent again. He's lost him again. He might be off. He's offside. He's offside. He's offside. Forget. Don't. He's offside. He's offside there. 2-1 Chelsea. Looks offside. Trent, a lucky boy again. Trent, very lucky again. How many goals does he cost Liverpool a season, eh? Could have cost them 2. Looks like it'll be 1. Chilwell's in my bloody fancy Premier League team as well. He's off. He's off. He'll be gutted about that. Who got the assist on the Disasi goal? He's way off, says Paul Green. He was way off. He was way off. Chilwell got the assist. It's a sad day for football when Neymar goes to Saudi. I'm so sad that the Premier League is back. Happy, but competitive passion and goals. Enough said, says Mohammed. Chilwell got the assist. Well, that'll do. Well, it would have been nice if he'd got the goal as well. This game is popping off like a bottle of Coke that's been thrown around the back of a lorry and opened everywhere. Fizz. It's fizzing. And we're enjoying this. But let me just change the subscriber count. We're on the road to 1 million, everybody. I can't believe it. We've got a great game going on. I can't change it because here's Diaz. Oh, Salah. No, he shouldn't be shooting from there. That was never going to go in. What a game. What a game. I've played the game. What a game. Absolutely great stuff going on here. Loving it. So much excitement. So much going on. And here they go again. Sabosley. Oh, Disasi there. That's a good interception by Disasi. He's fisting himself. He's going like this. Mount better score tomorrow, says Jack. Thanks everyone who's getting involved. Thanks for the super chats, by the way. I think I've caught up. Yeah, Mohammed and Kenzie. Mark. I've done that one from Kenzie a long time ago. Yeah, Monday Night Football tomorrow. My club, Man United. I won't be on That's Football. I'll be on United Stand. Ronald says, do you have a feeling Chelsea can win the title? Well, we had that Chelsea fan on who was just saying that he's written the season off before it even started. I was about to say, you shouldn't write the season off if you're a Chelsea fan. I think you've just got to be patient. You were dreadful last year. And Pochettino can't work miracles in 2 months. You've got to look at what Ten Hag did. What Ten Hag did is he got 3rd place in his first season and he won the Carabao Cup. And I thought that was remarkable. Now, if Poch can do anything like that, it would also be remarkable. Chelsea fans are going to have to be patient. Chelsea fans are used to getting a new manager and winning the league. I think football's changed. And although Chelsea spend a lot more money than anyone else, it seems, I think this is a project that's going to take a bit of time. Liverpool's midfield is really vulnerable, says Jack. You're spot on, mates. And Ten Hag should be a recruit. Disasi is a baller, says Chris. And Mark, what if this was a play for keeps? Winner, get Casido, says Colin. I don't think it will be, Colin. I think he wants to go to Chelsea. Here's Reece James. Oh, it should have been 2-1. Well, I tell you what. Chelsea's Jackson just put it over the bar. I think Michael Jackson would have scored that. Thriller. Reece James cross, positioning wide. Yeah. Michael Jackson would have scored that because that was bad. Shambone. Should have scored. Should have been 2-1 there. Should have scored. It's in my bloody fancy Premier League team. Don't forget, we're sponsored by Manscaped. Trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. Links in the description. 20% off and free worldwide shipping. Their products are elite. You will not regret it. That's the beard trimmer. Chelsea are going to score in a minute. They are going to score in a minute. They are on top as we approach half-time. And this is what we love about football. The game will just twist and turn. And Liverpool need half-time here. Chelsea have started to deal with the Liverpool ability to play through them. And they're now starting to grab hold of that midfield and therefore get higher up the pitch. He should have scored that. I might take him out of my fantasy Premier League team because if he can't score chances like that, I'm worried. Did you see Man United listed Højlund's return for August the 20th and Malaysia for the 26th? Also, what would be your dream signing for Man United this summer, says Sebastian? I don't think United are going to do a dream signing this summer. I don't think we're going to do a signing where I'm going to go, wow. I don't think we're going to do that. I think we've probably already done the best signing, which is for me, Højlund or Onana. I'd like to see Amrabat come in. I'd like to see a centre-back come in. This game has flown by, says Dan. It's been a cracker. You know, 6 minutes added on. Why? Again. Televised game, 6 minutes added on. Non-televised games, 2 minutes. I don't get it. Where's the 6 minutes coming from? I don't get it. Mark, did you ever watch the show Brass Eye, Matty? I sort of vaguely remember it. Wasn't there something else that was a bit like it? The day-to-day. I'm going to tweet that. 6 minutes added on for what? At the end of the first half. For what? Neither of these teams have time wasted. Oh, they had it on for VAR. But that VAR's got nothing to do with fucking time wasting, though. VAR's the referees. VAR checks, old man. I'll tell you what old man can do. The VAR checks didn't take 6 minutes. The VAR checks took 2 minutes. So 4 minutes. They weren't 3 minutes each. So everyone who's saying VAR, you're wrong. We've had 2 goals that were offside. They didn't take 3 minutes each. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. 6 minutes. I do need a stretch, gaming. Thank you very much. They need to sort this out. 6 minutes at the end of the first half. Absolute joke. Celebrations as well. So we're getting time added on for celebrations. Fucking hell. Can anything actually be part of the natural game anymore? So a goal, celebration, you've got to add that on. Fucking hell. We'll be here till Christmas. These players are going to die. They're going to kill them. They're going to absolutely kill them. It's ridiculous. Madge says it's 4 minutes for VAR and 2 for the goals. Fucking hell. Why don't we add another 2 on? Because Anthony Taylor wanted to have a stop and a think. Crazy. 2 goals and 2 VAR plus the rules out. Goals add to another 2 from celebrations. Mad. It's absolutely stupid. Look, we can all live in harmony and have different opinions, but my personal opinion is 45 minutes is enough. I don't need 50 minutes, 60 minute halves. I don't need 110 minute games. I need 90 minutes. 23,000 watching. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. Amazing. On the road to 1 million. Jota is injured now in stoppage time. If Anthony Taylor had played 2 minutes, Jota never would have got injured. That's on the referees. Yeah, please do subscribe. Oh, I need to change the number to 995. I've been meaning to do that for ages. Take publish. There we go. Apparently Aston Villa, according to Fabrizio Romano, are trying to hijack Everton's move for Jack Harrison, despite medical tests took place. This seems to be happening a lot, doesn't it? I don't want to upset Liverpool and Chelsea fans, but there seems to be a lot of clubs out there at the moment that are just hijacking deals at the last minute. Enzo Fernandez has gone down injured now. Jota's back on. They count every minute of non-game play on. It's a part of this year's new referee rules. It's bloody stupid, Jay. Look, I don't care. Some people want Mason Greenwood to play for Man United. I don't. Some people love adding 7-8 minutes on the end of a game. I hate it. And the reason I hate it is because psychologically, it's a head fuck. Because when you're approaching the 90th minute or the 45th minute and it's 39 minutes, you think, we've only got 6 minutes to go through till half time. And then you hit 45 minutes and they go, there's another 6 or 7 minutes. Obviously I've got to get used to it. It's changed, but I just don't like it. And I think we'll get more injuries. And I think sometimes the game isn't that broken. And I just don't agree with this. I think footballers have to play too much. And I think fans have to put up with too much. And I think the game is run by idiots. And they're always trying to find a new thing to solve, but they don't fix the last thing. VAR's not fixed. VAR's not been fixed. And Howard Webb is moving on to this. Like, you've not fixed VAR, Howard. You're like my granddad. He was always on to the next job. You know, he was renovating the garden. You know, he was building a conservatory. He was clearing the garage out. None of the jobs got done. I prefer it to be 90 minutes of game actually being played, but player welfare has gone out the window. Need to find a balance, says Luke. Look, Luke, we're never going to get 90 minutes played anyway. We're not going to get 90 minutes played. It's not going to happen. You might get an increase in game time, but look, I spoke about this on the podcast last week, Goldbridge Saves Football. Give it a listen. But basically, in a short term, I said you can stop time wasting very, very, very easily. All you've got to do is book people more and have a stopwatch for throw-ins and substitutions. And if they go beyond it, you book them. Player welfare has to be number one. Chelsea have been brilliant since the goal, by the way. And Liverpool will do well to go in at 1-1 because Chelsea have been better. First half of the Spurs game saw 11 minutes added. It's ridiculous, says Logan. Is there a United stand show tonight? There is. I think it's going to be late, though. It's probably going to be... I might have to do it really late. I might have to do it like 11 o'clock. Because I've got to pop out. 7.5 minutes added here. And it will be me tonight, yeah. Devils 58 rates. To be honest, there's not a lot going on with United. It's been a very quiet day. Yeah. That is half time, and there's the man. Disasi is the man. Had a ragged 10 minutes. Sorry, probably about 20 minutes to be fair. But ultimately showed the character to come back into the game, scored a goal, and Chelsea took the momentum from that. Both teams with a goal disallowed. But it's lived up to the expectations as being the game of the weekend, and it has been the game of the weekend. I stand by that. We are fast approaching 996,000 subscribers on this road to 1 million. We're only about 300 away from 996, so keep subscribing. Road to 1 million. We're getting really, really close. Incredible stuff. I don't know what we're going to do if we hit 1 million. It's massive. Mark, at this point, they should just stop the clocks like other sports, says Noah. Yeah, it's another a decent thing. Anyway, we're going to have a look at the stats there. But what were your thoughts on that half? Really, really interesting. Sort of. What's the word? Contrast, I suppose, between a really strong first half an hour from Liverpool where they could have gone 2-0 up to an equaliser from Chelsea, and then they've got the momentum. I feel that both goals are mistakes down the right-hand side. Some people wanted to blame Reece James. I think Disasi is clearly out of position. That's where I'd put the blame. But certainly with the Chelsea goal and the Chelsea goal that was disallowed for offside, quite rightly, it's Trent Alexander-Arnold again. And teams are not going to stop exploiting that. They're not. He's at fault for both of those goals, Trent. And Klopp's never going to solve that problem. And that's fine. He stands by his man. People have spoken about Trent playing as a number 10. They've spoken about him playing as a midfielder. But Liverpool need to sort out their midfield. We all know that. But every team in Europe knows that that Trent is crap at right back. And at some point, and I'd love to know what Liverpool fans think about this, it must start to get frustrating the amount of goals you concede because he can't defend his back post. Yeah, he's a brilliant, brilliant player going forward. And Michael says, look, Trent is a terrible right back. He's good, but he's good going forward. But the goals you concede are targeted. Like they're going to target you. He's got no positional sense. He loses his man every time. Disasi's there. He's looking at him, and he's late. He doesn't react. Chilwell, he's looking at him, and he doesn't react. That's something. If I was a coach, I'd be on training on Monday. I'd be showing in the video, and I'd say next week go with the runner. Next week, don't let him be free. He must have been told that so many times, and he still doesn't do it. Look, Liverpool have won Champions Leagues. Liverpool have won leagues with Trent Alexander-Arnold. I think going forward, he's absolutely world class. But I would be getting tired in the amount of times he's costing you goals. I mean, it's a difficult place to go to Stamford Bridge. Opening game of the season, in no season is it ever easy to go to Chelsea and win. It's not. And Liverpool are winning 1-0 and they're in control. And then suddenly the game turns because your right back's not followed his man. And then luckily, it could have been 2-1 and the game's over potentially because your right back's not following your man. Everyone talks about the midfield, but Liverpool should be winning that game if the right back does his job. And that's how I look at it. How good is James? He's so powerful and his end product is superb, says Ross. I'm a massive fan of Reece James. My only issue with Reece James is I fear he's never going to get past his injury issues. I think he's always going to pick up injuries, unfortunately. I hope I'm wrong, because if I am wrong, he will be England's starting right back and he'll be a massive asset for Chelsea. He's their captain now, but he's got to stay fit. Do you remember United were considering Poch because he's charismatic? He's literally the least charismatic coach I know, says Shahin. Qatar 6 billion bid, is it true? Says Supercar. I've not heard anything about it. And also, we've done that one as well. Thank you very much for the super chats that are coming in. Let me just read some of the normal ones. Why does Chelsea always get a big team at the start of the season, says Theon? I think it's because you're not a big team yourself, in the sense that this happened to United. We got Chelsea a few times. Chelsea didn't finish in the top 4, did they? So I don't, you wouldn't get Man City Arsenal opening game of the season. Let's put it that way. They picked look, the TV cameras, the TV companies want a big game. Chelsea and Liverpool weren't in the top 4. It's an easy game to pick. How can you blame Reece James for that goal? How are people blaming Reece James for this goal? I mean, they're doing it on Sky. This is what I'm saying. Disasi's out of position. How can you blame Reece James? If Disasi's where Colwell is, that pass doesn't get there. You can definitely put a bit on Reece James, but I mean, this is I've played the game punditry. You can see how Disasi is 10 metres out of position. Yes, Reece James loses his man, but Disasi's marking thin air. He's got to be 10 yards further back. That's shocking punditry, in my opinion. There is a responsibility on Reece James to go with the runner, but Disasi's out of position. And here's the Trent one. Look, what's Trent doing? Look at Trent. Look, watch Trent. No, never with him. Crap defending. That's even worse. He's just never anywhere near him. Good finish by Disasi. Daniel says absolutely spot on about Disasi. It's just the way you read the game. It's technically Reece James's man, but I can see it, and I'm sure a lot of you can. Disasi, when you compare him to Silva and Colwell, he's 10 yards too far forward. If he's 10 yards further back, he cuts out the cross. Yes, Reece James has lost Diaz. I agree. But if I'm Pochettino, I'm saying, Reece, you've got to go with your runner. But Disasi, Axel, you're out of position, mate. And if you were in position, that cross doesn't get there. So really, I'm blaming you more than Reece, because you should be cutting that cross out anyway. That cross is on for Salah because you're out of position. But, you can blame them both, I suppose. Who was your man of the match of the first half, says Fish? Well, who was your man of the match in the chat? I mean, I thought that Konate was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But then Liverpool were all over the place last 10 minutes. For Chelsea, Reece James, I thought had a good game, despite potentially being at fault for the goal. Who else? The midfield's been a bit weird. I've got to say, I did say that at 1-0, just after Salah made it 2-0, but it was disallowed, I felt like Chelsea were carrying Disasi, Conor Gallagher and Sterling, and they were the 3 weakest areas. I think Enzo's done okay. I think McAllister's done okay. Szoboszlai's been in and out of the game. He's showed good bits. Chukwueze's been okay. The midfield area is quite weak for both teams, I think. I think if someone could get hold of that midfield, hence why they want Caicedo, it would probably be the difference. Jackson should have scored. 100%. Liverpool probably been a bit wasteful as well. It's an interesting one. I think Pochettino will be sat there at half-time thinking they should be winning because of how the game ended, the first half ended. But then Klopp will be sat there going, from the first half an hour, we should have put it to bed. So both teams have really got to reset and go again. I'd say the momentum is going to be with Chelsea, but because they've got the momentum and the confidence now, whereas they looked a bit ragged, it's Liverpool who looked a bit ragged. So let's see. Harrison Deal hijacked, says Steepo. Yeah, we were talking about that. The Chilwell goal was offside, 100%. I'm getting names mixed up here. Where are you getting these names from? Says no. I'm just basically making them up at this point. Chukwuemeka. Sorry, I've got that wrong. It's Chukwuemeka. Chukwuemeka. But they bought him from Villa, didn't they? I'm sure. Or am I getting mixed up? I'm trying my best. I'm no Clive Tildesley, let's put it that way. Have you seen reports now saying Mbappe could sign an extension with PSG? Oh, yeah. I mean, look, that Mbappe deal, the Mbappe transfer has never grabbed the attention of anybody, has it? I mean, he's the best player in the world, but he's the best player in the world that PSG said was up for sale, and nobody was interested in it, because I think everybody expected exactly what's going to happen. There's an agreement in place now, and it's just, yeah, I'm just not interested in it at all. I don't know about anybody else. Yeah, massively excited about the second half. Chukwueze plays for Villarreal, doesn't he? This is the guy from Villa that Chelsea have got. Hector says, how exactly is Mbappe the best player in the world? Oh, Hector, you've ruined it. Like, could you not have told me who you think is the best player in the world? I think Mbappe is the best player in the world. Yeah. AC Milan have got Chukwueze now. Yeah, Chukwueze was at Villarreal. That's who I got mixed up with. Chukwuemeka, they got from Aston Villa. He's a really young player, isn't he? Should Silva be captain, given James's injury records? Is Jetro? Well, you've got to try and back him. Who's better, Casido or McAllister? Says Rio. It depends what you want. I think McAllister is actually playing out of position for me. I think McAllister plays a little bit more box to box, a little bit more attacking, but he's having to play a bit deeper. Whereas Casido's more defensive. I think that's exactly why they played well together in the same team. Do you think Man United can win the Champions League? I've already predicted it, Ashman, and you know I have. Stop trying to pull out something that's there. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. We are on the road to 1 million, 995. It's grown so quickly over the last 2 years, this channel. It's been incredible. As I said, I remember when we were doing the Euros, it was around 200,000 subscribers. I mean, that is just ridiculous growth. And all I can say is I'm amazed, because obviously I've been doing the United stand for longer, and that's about the team I support. This was just set up because I watch a lot of football, I enjoy it, and we started doing stuff on here with fans of other clubs like you and United fans, and it's just been really enjoyable. I absolutely love the community that we've got. I'm not a Chelsea or a Liverpool fan, but I watch these games, and it's great to be able to interact with you fantastic people from all around the world. So yeah, great. And look, we'll definitely do something for 1 million subscribers. It shocked me and the people involved how quick it's happened. I mean, our big thing this week for the start of the season was to launch the podcast that people have been asking us to do for ages. We're really happy with the first episode. It's gone in at number 4 in the podcast charts for the whole of the UK. There's some fantastic podcasts in there. I mean, and they're all heavily produced, and they've got loads of PR, and we just did it, off our own back, and it's great. So give it a download, give it a listen. Goldbridge Saves Football, it's called. It was going to be called I've Played the Game, and then we went with Goldbridge Saves Football. And I guarantee most of you will say you should have called it I've Played the Game. But there you go, a little bit of insight. But this channel's on the road to 1 million, which is great. Plans for the season. We've got some good stuff coming up. Good couple of ideas that we want to get right. We were trying to get them ready for the start of the season, but we just, I'd rather get it right than do it quick. So there's some really good stuff coming up, and yeah, really excited about the future. But of course, we're still going to have the daily, reaction to topical events that we do, the match reactions, and the bread and butter really is the watch-alongs, isn't it? Champions League, Premier League. Yeah, so yeah, absolutely ecstatic. And it's important to take a couple of minutes sometimes to just talk about that, because it's you that's built it. It's it's been amazing, and you see the sheer volume of people doing the same thing now. I mean, I was looking at was it the Man City game or the Arsenal game? I went on YouTube. There's about 50 watch-alongs, and when we started it, there was probably 1 or 2, and there's 50 now. Same format. Everyone. Sometimes the graphics are almost shitty the same. I'm not taking a pop at those people. Fair play, have a go. But it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And it's all down to you. So please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, and get involved. You're very welcome. We're going to hit 1 million. And yeah, amazing. Not sure if you spoke about it yet, but who do you think is having the worst transfer window right now, says Lee. Crystal Palace. They've not bought anyone. Maybe. Yeah. Players are coming out now. I suppose it's always about players that... I mean, the team that's having the worst transfer window will be a team down near the bottom, won't it? I mean, Chelsea are spending a lot of money. Newcastle have spent money. Man United have spent money. Liverpool have spent money. Man City have spent money. Arsenal have spent money. Villa have spent money. Brighton have spent money. So the further you go down the league, the more teams you'll find. I bet the Liverpool fan that was helping you present here is gutted now with the way he behaved and how your channel is grown, says Max. Look, we're always willing to give people a chance, and I think that's the main thing, isn't it? Is it possible United for once may not have the worst summer transfer window among the big 6 teams? Says Stephen Rossi. Thank you very much, Stephen. I'm interested to see this first 5 minutes and what the momentum is here, because Chelsea had it. Half time is almost like a new game, isn't it? Salah's ready to go. I do look at that Liverpool team. I mean, I just want to just let me just get the timer right here. I do look at that. Hold on, Anthony Taylor. Chelsea fans don't like him. He's been all right so far. I do look at this second half kicked off. I do look at this Chelsea side though, and I know Nkunku got injured, but he's not an out-and-out striker either. Anyway, I just think that this Chelsea side. You imagine Chelsea with a Lewandowski, or a Benzema, or a Haaland, an absolute out-and-out goal scorer. I think that's what Chelsea miss. Got loads and loads of attacking midfielders, but they miss an out-and-out goal scorer. I think that's... I've looked at Chelsea for about 12 months now, and I just don't understand why they haven't gone and got one. And you can say, well, there's not one available, but this Man United have just bought a striker. I know what's out there. Mawani, Ramos at Benfica, Vlahovic. There are strikers out there, and I'm surprised they haven't got one. And I think that would make Chelsea... go to that next level. Liverpool, I think Liverpool are potentially one of the best teams in the world, but their midfield is the problem. And if they don't solve that problem in the next 2 weeks, they're not going to solve it in the next 45 minutes. But if they don't solve it in the next 2 weeks, then I think they're always going to struggle. Here we go. Lovely play by Sabosley. He's got to carry this because it's a 4v3. Gets it into Diaz. He's up against Disasi and his cross is shit. And it goes for a corner. Ramos has gone to PSG. I know, but what I'm saying is, going into the summer, they had that chance to do that. Some of those players will not be gettable now. Rasmus Højlund's obviously gone to Manchester United. Chelsea looked at him. Mark, Ramos went to PSG. I know. I'm just saying, going into the summer. I think Liverpool should have scored here. It's again, it's a 5v4. And to be fair, I'd give Chelsea defenders some credit there. They actually positioned themselves quite well. Fascinating game, though. Jackson's had an injury, but he's back on. What's going to happen with Lukaku, says Giles. Again, I don't know. What's your next watch-along on here, Mark? Well, I'm doing United tomorrow, but that'll be on the United stand. I don't know what the next watch-along is, because there's no midweek games, is there? I'll have a look in a minute. I don't think there's a 12 o'clock, half 12 game either next week. They've got 8 o'clock Saturday night game next week, haven't they? Fucking hell. What's that all about? Anyway, corner to Liverpool. They're quite good at corners as well. Both these teams are quite good at corners. Headed away. I'm not doing the Super Cup, no. Not interested. I can only be honest. Van Dijk puts it into the box. Canate. Diaz. Cross came in. Liverpool are still in the box. Diaz. Van Dijk's got loads of space. Oh my God, he wasn't far off. Just over the bar. Had the trajectory, had the direction right. It was going for the top corner. He's just about a metre too high. It's a good shot by Van Dijk. Look at that. Not far off. Not far off. So, Yeah, obviously do Man United against Wolves tomorrow night on the United stand. Forest, Sheffield United on Friday night. Yeah, rather be down the pub. Not doing that. And then 3 o'clock games. No half-12 game next weekend. 3 o'clock games. You've got Fulham, Brentford, Liverpool, Bournemouth. Luton against Burnley has been postponed because of Luton's ground. Wolverhampton, Wanderers against Brighton. And then you've got Tottenham, Man United, which I'll be doing on the United stand. Man City, Newcastle at 8 o'clock. Which I might do. It's just whether I can be quick enough to get done on the United stand. I might do that, yeah. I might do Man City, Newcastle. On Sunday, we've got... Ooh, Chelsea. No, it's cleared. On the Sunday, you've got Villa against Everton and West Ham, Chelsea, which I will do. I think that'll be a good game. And then Crystal Palace, Arsenal on the Monday, which I'll do as well. So, yeah. Oh, here we go. No, Trent's there this time. Next goal in this game. I know it's a cliche, but the next goal in this game is huge. When is the Women's World Cup final? Mark. I've got no idea. Mark, would you guys at United Stand ever play AFTV again in an 11-a-side match? Would love to see you guys make them rage quit again, says the LMH. Mate, I look, that channel's not the same anymore anyway. We won the game. It goes down in history. It would be a Wish version now. That was of its time. It had the proper people on the pitch. They lost. End of. Is it a good watch? Mark says, enjoy writing. I've enjoyed this game, and I still am enjoying it, yeah. I think there's still 40 minutes to go. I think in many ways a draw would be not the right result for both of these teams, but not a bad result for both of these teams. But they'll both be going for the win because it's that sort of season for them, isn't it? Good cross by Robertson, but ultimately not a good cross because it lands in the keeper's arms. Are you going to do a Sidemen charity watch along? Well, I never had the chance to do it last year because I was involved in it. I don't know. I've never thought about doing anything like that. Mark, thank you very much. LMHH. I can't believe you're older than Ronaldo and Messi, says ZA. Cross comes in, cleared away. People get really obsessed about age, don't they? I've said this before when I was doing driving with Goldbridge. If you're 20 years of age and you're moaning about somebody being old, I don't get it. Because you're 20, you've never been 30, and you've never been 40. So you've got no concept of what age is and what it actually means. I think it's a fear. I think you're scared of getting old because you've got nothing to be scared of. Like, I feel the same as I did when I was 14 when it comes to watching football. Oh, shit, what a save. Diaz, Sanchez, what a save that was. I need to see this again. Oh, it's a handball. Oh, it's a handball. That's going to be a penalty. Or is it? That's a handball. That's a handball. That's a penalty every day of the week. If he doesn't give a penalty for that, I don't know what to say. It's literally caught his hand there. He's got to give it. Look, I don't want it to happen because it's Liverpool, but in the context of the Premier League and where we go from here, he's not giving it. I can't fucking believe it. I don't fucking believe that. I can't believe they've not given that. I don't get it. Fans lost on opening weekend again. Fucking something. Rules are a joke. I mean, his hands like that. It's close to his body, but his hands up. Look, I'm glad it's not a penalty because I don't want Liverpool to win. But for me, I've got to look at it pragmatically. And if that happens against United, it's Chilwell. He's in my fancy Premier League team. Oh, it's a big save by Alisson. It's a big save by Alisson. Ball to hand. Ball to hand. It's from a corner, mate. It's travelled about 40 metres. It's travelled so far, it's got a train ticket. Ball to hand. And it's not natural position either. Oh, Salah won't have the pace. Gallagher did well. He was the last man. This game's getting tasty. Let's do a poll. Was it a penalty? I've had my say. Really want to get your thoughts. Was it a penalty? And try to do it pragmatically. I know Chelsea fans, I get it. You're going to say no. I know a lot of people don't like Liverpool. They're going to say no. But if that happens against your team, are you surprised you didn't get a penalty? I think that's the way to look at it. And if that happens against United, I'm like, how the fuck is that not a penalty? But for me, it's clear because the ball's gone a long way. It's from a corner. And, you know, his hand, whilst it's close to his body, why has he got his hands like that? That's not natural for me. It's a penalty. And he sort of palms it as well. It's a penalty for me. 100%. I'm not having it. What's your thoughts on Chelsea rejecting the possibility of Vlahovic for 40 million plus Lukaku, says Dennis? I feel that was it not Juventus that have rejected Lukaku with a protest? Liverpool didn't really appeal for it though. Lehan. Maybe Anthony Taylor's just doing it to try and get back in with Chelsea fans. I've got a funny feeling that we'll get a winner in this game. Anil says, would you go to a Champions League final if Man United got there? I would love to, yes, because I didn't go to the previous two, and you don't know how often they're going to come around. Good tackle by McAllister. Surprised, but think because his body is there anyway, says Daniel. I don't know the funny thing is, I don't think anybody knows the handball rule. Anyway. A draw would be good for United. A draw would be good for anyone who's in the top four race. 70% of you think it was a penalty, 30% not at the moment. If it didn't hit his hand, it would have went into the box, says Dazzo. Oh, good pass by Silva. And if this leads to a goal... Oh, no. He's done well, Van Dijk. Chelsea are doing well here. Really good work by Enzo. He's got time now. He's worked really hard to get hold of that ball, Enzo. Canate heads it away. Szoboszlai loses it and then wins it. And now Anthony Taylor. You can't play on from there, you fucking bold prat. What's he? He's just tackled a Liverpool player. How is he not given that as a foul? As a you can't play on from there. What's he doing? Hi Mark, do you think we're going to see another Man United and Arsenal battling for the title race? No, Gary, I don't. Not with Man City. Not while Man City exist. What's Anthony Taylor doing? He literally tackled Szoboszlai and then just plays on. Imagine if Chelsea scored then. Bloody hell. He's having a laugh here. Are you having a laugh? Anthony Taylor's decided he wants to play for Chelsea. After all these years, he's signed for Chelsea. I know a penalty will be given next week for that, says Pally. And I think that's the hold on, Reece James. What a cross. Oh, I think that's the kicker, isn't it, really? Next week, that probably gets given as a penalty. Liam says they gave a penalty against Brighton, but that's not. It's the inconsistency, Liam. That's the problem. Whether you think it's a penalty or not, it's all we want. Look, Goldbridge saves football. I should use this on the podcast. I probably will use it on the podcast, but all we want is consistency. That's all we want. I was talking about this last season. I don't want to see Leicester with Andre Mariner as the referee commit 2 horrific tackles against Chelsea on the Saturday and not get red cards. And then the next day, Andre Mariner is the VAR referee telling them to send off Casemiro for a tackle that's not as bad as the day before. And that's what I don't like. It's the lack of consistency. You can't referee one game on a weekend completely different to the other. There has to be guidelines. Because there's so many things that are hard. You know, you're never going to get consistency in relation to a lot of things. But on handball, it's the most easy thing to be consistent on. Lovely play. I feel that Chilwell deserves a goal. Here he is. I think VAR would be better if visible and had a system like in cricket. They check off conditions and all are met. It's a penalty. Too many games where the ref is the main talking point, says Mark. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I think handball is the easiest thing to do. You're exactly right. In cricket, they'll check whether it was a no ball, you know, where it's pitching, you know, where it hits the player, where it goes towards the wicket. And with a handball, it's just a tick list, isn't it? Has it hit the hand? Yes. Is his hand in an unnatural position? Don't really give a shit. You know, I just think if it hits the hand, give a penalty. As a Chelsea fan, I was 100% sure it would given, says Johan. Why aren't we having referee analysis show or post-game interviews with the refs? I feel like that would be productive and creates consistency. The thing is, you'll get, what's his name? Probably still on Sky tomorrow morning. And he'll go, end of the day. What's his name? Dermot Gallagher. At the end of the day, I've seen the Brighton game and it's a penalty for handball. But I've watched the same incident in the Chelsea game and it's not a penalty. And I'm agreeing with that. And you know why? Because the Brighton game happened on a Saturday and the Chelsea game happened on a Sunday. And there's your reason. And I don't know why people are moaning about it. Because that was on a Saturday, that was on a Sunday. The only similarity is day and S. And that's why it's not a penalty. I don't know. It's definitely a penalty for Brighton and it's definitely not a penalty for Liverpool. And the difference is clear as day. S day. Saturday and Sunday. And that's it. And I don't know why people are talking about it. But that's the problem, isn't it? That there is clear contradiction. 68% of you, we're going to close the poll, think it was a penalty. 32% say no. Chelsea, with a good free kick, half an hour to go. Whips it in, over the bar, went for the shots. Reece James, Captain James. Somebody just said we're very close to 996. Please do subscribe. The road to 1 million. That one. There we go. Bottom right-hand corner. I don't think we'll hit it today, but keep sharing the video. Smash a like. Subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. It's getting closer and closer, everybody. Closer than close. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Right. Nunez is coming on. Could he... look, as I say, I haven't got a horse in this race. I'm certainly no Liverpool fan. I just watch the game and judge it in the way I think is fair. You know, it's like we said about Arsenal. Anyone who doesn't put Arsenal in the top 4 this year is just bitter. You know, they're just letting rivalry get ahead of them. But I've always said Darwin Nunez is a good player. Now, I think he'll come good at Liverpool, but he's got to be on the pitch to do it. Well, he'll be on the pitch in a minute. Chelsea got a striker. Poch takes them top 4, says Robert. I agree. Trent's wrong side of Chilwell again, but gets lucky. I agree, Robert. I've been saying that. What are your thoughts on both clubs so far, says Shah. Look, it's difficult. Look, where Chelsea and Liverpool finish will not be determined by the result of this game. Anybody can be up for the opening game of the season, and also you're judging Chelsea and Liverpool against each other. We won't know about Liverpool and Chelsea until, you know, Chelsea against West Ham next week. Go and win there. I'm impressed. Liverpool have got Newcastle in a couple of games' time. Beat them. I'm impressed. That's where we'll learn about Chelsea and Liverpool. But in relation to this game, I've been impressed with both teams. I think that Liverpool, they both lack something. Chelsea, if I'm being really blunt, I'm not sure about Disasi yet. It's early days. Conor Gallagher and Raheem Sterling, I think you're carrying them. You know, I don't think they're adding a lot to your team. Watch Sterling score the winner. Liverpool midfield, they've got to sort it out. So both teams still have work to do. It wasn't a penalty because it deflected off Diaz before it hit Jackson. They showed the replay after. Avash. Does that matter? I'm sure there was a penalty in the World Cup where that happened. I don't know that matters. I don't know. The tempo that they're playing at, it took Poch minutes to implement that. Only at United do we make excuses for years for managers upping the tempo, says Sakin. Did you see Webb's interview with Gary? Just back and forth. Gary saying he doesn't agree with the rules and it's not fair on the players to the answer. We asked the clubs and they agree with it, says Dorian. In relation to what? Canate does well. They're in the box though, Chelsea. Every time they're in the box. Good block again. Liverpool looking a bit ragged. Diaz, Van Dijk clears. And that's surely a foul on Diaz. Referee says no. I tell you what, Anthony Taylor, Chelsea fans, I know you don't like him. It feels a little bit like he's trying to do it on purpose. He's not giving a lot to Liverpool. You might be Anthony Taylor fans by the end of this game because he's definitely not giving much away. Right, Gakpo comes off and Jones comes on. 007. And what was that from? 007. The name's James Jones. 007. United are crying out to play Poch football, says Robert McCormack. Darwin Nunez comes on for Jota. I think that's the right move. I've not been impressed with Jota this afternoon. Who's going to win this? Oh, remember I used to do percentage swing on who's going to score next. At the moment, I feel 60% Chelsea, 40% Liverpool. Let me know in the chat what you're thinking. But these subs could make a difference. Canate up against Chilwell. He's done well. Sterling's in the box. He likes a tumble. Goal kick. Didn't take advantage there. Good game. Probably my man of the match, Canate, so far. Very impressed. Needs to stay fit, though. I think Sterling's a passenger sauce. And we've hit 996,000, by the way. Oh, I can't believe it. Can't believe it. Chelsea need a CDM so bad they are playing Anthony Taylor there, says Ryan Powell. Thank you, Ryan. I like Curtis Jones, says Shah. He's turned into a great player. I mean, I think the thing about Curtis Jones, it's a bit like him and the other lad. What's his name? Harvey Elliott. I don't know. You know, United have had a lot of players like this. Oh, yellow card. Time wasting. I don't agree with that because I don't think either of these teams are trying to time waste. You know, is that just another referee guidance? Let's get a couple of players booked on the opening weekend for time wasting. I feel like Trent might have been the sacrificial lamb there. I don't really think either of these teams are looking to time waste. So I don't really think either of these teams should be getting a yellow card. For Ferguson to Chelsea next season for 100 million, says TJ. Yeah, would not be surprised. Would not be. I'd love him at Man United, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Chelsea seem to have this very good relationship with Brighton as well. Reece James, that's brilliant. The way he took that down and got the cross in. There's no time to react for the fullback there. He's took it down and he's got the cross in so quickly. Liverpool definitely set up to counter here. Chelsea with the momentum. Chilwell with the cross. This time it's a good one, but Alisson's on the end of it, so therefore it's not a good one. Chelsea need to drop Sterling. A lot of people in the chat. Here's Diaz. Yeah, so Bosley's fell off a little bit, hasn't he? Him and McAllister have really had to do a lot of defensive work, and they've not really been able to join the attacks as much as they would like to. But you know, you are away. You're at Stamford Bridge. I think that was always the problem with this game for Liverpool. Very attacking lineup, but you're going to have to defend naturally because you're away from home against a decent side. I think they really could have done with a. I'm not going to say they could have done with a Jordan Henderson or a Fabinho, but they definitely could have done with a Caicedo. I see Osman going to Arsenal in the future, maybe next year, says Gary. Lovely ball into Salah, but Conor Gallagher does a very good job there. Osman needs to get his contract right. He needs to get a release clause in it. Apparently he's going to sign a new contract. He needs a release clause in it. Sterling should be subbed, says David. I think Ferguson for Brighton would like to sign for Man United. It's just whether United will, want two young strikers with Højlund there as well. I would, but offside. What do we got? 20 minutes to go. Got a fan from Ethiopia called Nax. Hello. Bring Mudryk on, says Kat. I mean, he's another player. I don't know a lot about Mudryk, but I wouldn't write him off.
Thank you.
Here's Curtis Jones. Wide to Diaz, got a bit of an overlap. So Bosley, Trent, he's going to have to find a pass. He should be getting a shout, he did. Disarcy is quality, even the best player on the pitch, says Techers. Oh, here we go, bit of a break here. He's all on his own. He has got pace, look at that pace. He's done very, very well, and it's a good save by Alisson. Jackson there. Ooh, he showed some pace. He showed some pace. He was in. Lovely ball by Colwill. And he left Canate there. It was nitro time. And Alisson did a good job. That could have been it there. He's in my team. I could do with a goal from Jackson. Here's Diaz. Chelsea have defended a lot better this half. Liverpool have not really been in. Hello, Mark. Whatever happened with the sale of Man United to Slow? I don't know. I'm not party to that information. I don't think anybody is. Trent. They're just trying to carve Chelsea open, and to be fair, Colwill, Disarcy, Chilwell, James, Silva, they've sort of shut the door. Who are you rooting for, says Borg? Nah, I haven't got a horse in this race. I'm just enjoying the game. I think a draw from a United point of view would be great. I did predict a Liverpool win before the game, but looking at it, I just got a feeling Chelsea, maybe the home advantage. Lovely play by Enzo there. Reece James gets it wide. Lots of space for Sterling. He's been disappointing so far. And he's been disappointing again. He wins a corner. Oh, it's gone for a goal kick. I'm surprised Sterling hasn't been stubbed off. They get Caicedo and a goal machine and they'll come second, says Robert. Yeah, what, Chelsea? Yeah. I like the look of Jackson. I like the back five for Chelsea. I think the back five looks good and they've got some good options in there. Midfield, obviously, we're talking about. Liverpool have been quite wasteful with the ball the last few minutes, and Chelsea are getting further and further up the pitch. Enzo's played really well, says yours. He is. He's grown into the game. Really, second half, he's been really good. We know that, I mean, Chelsea's midfield balance isn't great, and Liverpool certainly isn't. And it was something we discussed at half time. Can somebody get hold of the midfield? And I think Enzo has really done that in the second half. Make sure you subscribe, by the way. Bottom right hand corner. We're on the road to 1,996,000. Here we go. Sterling. Can he do anything this time? Into Gallagher. Oh, he should have hit that. He's done well, though. Diaz can't believe it. Oh, he's offside. He's offside. Don't worry about that. What are we thinking? A draw? Another substitution going to happen here. Oshin says, yeah, this is heading for a draw. Is that Gusto's coming on? It'd be interesting to see who he comes on for. I like this lad. He was a player that was linked to United. So we were talking about him a lot on the United stand. It's Reece James coming off. Precautionary. Don't know. Unusual for a captain to be coming off on 75 minutes. Don't know. Not sure about that. He's had a good game. Must be just a. He's injured again. I didn't see him get injured again. Oh, Salah's coming off. He's not happy. Well, you know. He's not happy about that. Is Klopp shutting up the shop here? Thank you, Mark, for your watch-alongs. Your commentary makes bad matches tolerable, says Stephen. Thank you, Stephen. I don't really understand that. I wonder if they're shutting up the shop a little bit. Liverpool. Harvey Elliott came on. I didn't see who else came on and off. Here's Darwin Nunez into Harvey Elliott. He's mistimes his pass. Dueck. I didn't see that. I think the momentum's with Chelsea here. Salah's mad at Klopp. I mean, I don't know what you're thinking if you've got any Liverpool fans in. I don't know what you thought about that. But Szoboszlai's still on. That's a weird pass by Jones. He should have played the simple pass there. Salah's been poor. A lot of people saying that in the chat, but he's a match winner. You know, look at you know, for me, it's like taking Marcus Rashford off or Erling Haaland off. It's a risk. The fact that Salah goes off and Raheem Sterling stays on is somewhat baffling. I've played the game. Done well there, Gallagher. Yeah, I don't think this. I'm just looking at this Liverpool team now. They've made the subs and they're about to make more subs. Mudryk and Mudrik's definitely coming on for Chelsea. Apparently James has gone off because he's not 100% fit. It's precautionary. So, sorry, I can't believe nobody has said you're stuck on the stats, Mark, for the whole of the second half. We've got a stats carousel here. Sponsored by OneFootball. You can download it for free. So there's all the substitutions that have taken place so far. As you can see, Liverpool have taken off Salah. They've got Elliott, Nunez and Doak as their front three. And Jones, McAllister and Szoboszlai. So, yeah, that is not as strong as the team that started. Diaz, Jota and Salah. Who is this Doak? I know nothing about him. Where's the number 50? Talk to me. Talk to me, Goose. Who is he? What's he all about? He's one to watch for the future. He's a bit of a wonder kid, says Silv. He was only 17 years old, says United Stands 2. He's very fast and he likes to take on players. Here's Nunez down the line. And that's a throw into Chelsea, that is. Thiago Silva's been very good today. Yeah, don't forget to download OneFootball. It's free. It's available Apple, Android, all of that. And you can get all your latest football news, transfer news, score updates. But the thing I like about it is that you can do your individual player stats. It'd be very interesting to take a look at Sterling. If he survives here, I'll be stunned, but he probably will. That'd be one thing to keep an eye on with Poch. Is he got a Sterling obsession? Southgate's got one. Oh no, he's took him off. Well done. I think that was the right thing to do. MKF says that Gusto is struggling a bit. Rashid says Thiago Silva doesn't seem to age. Thiago Silva was one of the players of the season last year. The problem was he played in a Chelsea side that played badly, but they didn't concede that many goals. And this is something I don't like. You can play really well in a bad side and just get completely ignored. Thiago Silva last season was brilliant for Chelsea across the whole season, but just got completely ignored because Chelsea had a bad season. I was worried about Thiago Silva when he came to the Premier League because of his age. He's been brilliant. He's been absolutely brilliant. And I bet Chelsea wish he was 30 because he's going to have to stop at some point. He's the Messi of the Roy Keanes of the world. What a left leg of David Moyes is what I heard about this Liverpool kid, says Lee. Yeah, the game is fizzling out a little bit here. I'd be very surprised if Liverpool found a winner. Maybe Chelsea, but draw probably looking more likely. Anthony Taylor ain't going to give anything to Chelsea, is he? Lovely run by Chilwell. If he gets this right, and he does, Van Dijk does well, Trent clears it. I think Chelsea have got opportunities to break away on Liverpool. He's given a foul there. I didn't think he was going to give a foul. Klopp's not happy. Simon says he's been impressed by Chelsea. You know what? 1-1 was probably the most obvious score prediction. I'm not saying it's going to finish 1-1, but I think 1-1 was probably the most obvious score prediction, wasn't it? Here's Mudryk. Got 10 minutes left, but added time, God knows. I mean, there's been a few subs. There was a VAR for the handball. We could get another 15 minutes here. Dr. Doak in GoldenEye N64 is the only one I know, says Lee. Yeah, what I will say is you don't want to lose this game, either team now. Like, lots of effort, opening day. You're almost at that point now where it'd be great to win it, but it'd be horrible to lose it in the context of your season. You just want to come away with something now, don't you? You want to come away with something so that you can build. Harrison's going to Villa, apparently. Everton miss out as Villa do a hijack. That's not saying hello to someone called Jack, by the way. Threefold Path says a good point away at Chelsea. It's not a bad result. They'd be very happy with that. I think the substitutions from Klopp suggest that as well. And remember, opening game of the season, fitness will not be where it should be, regardless of pre-season. And I think both managers have made changes that I think later in the season you might not make. I mean, I don't think you take Salah and Diaz off with 20 minutes to go in October. It's Sir Bosley. He will hit it. Oh, terrible pass. He should have hit it. Oh, Canate will get a yellow card surely for that. No. Yep. No. Yep. No. Fabrizio is on the United stand tomorrow. Yes, Alex. We alternate each week. So he was on That's Football last week. I think he was. Ushar says, if Mudryk scores, I'll jump in an ice cold shower. Nicholas Jackson's just got a yellow card there. Why? Oh, that's bad news for me, FPL. What's Klopp doing? What's Klopp doing? Theatrics. Get him a job in the West End. Oh, he did the card gesture and got booked himself, Jackson. Yeah, these referees are clearly on a... opening weekend. Thiago Silva just stepping out from the back there. Read the pass. Robertson up against Mudryk here. He's done quite well. And he wins a free kick. He's not giving it. That looked like a stone wall free kick there. Linesman didn't give it. That was Harvey Elliott. Clear foul for me for Chelsea. Harvey Elliott should have... What's he doing there? Overplayed it. Crosses, not good. Edge of the box. Trent. Bit of possession here. 86 minutes. Neither team seems to be slowing down and accepting a draw. Lots of subs though. Lots of subs. Hard to keep that rhythm when you're making so many changes. XL says, I don't know how Anthony Taylor still got a job. Highlander says, how good is Enzo? Yeah, I've been very impressed with him today. Another free kick. Man of the match. I think based on his second half performance, Chelsea's best player probably is Enzo Fernandez. I was quite happy with Reece James' performance, but I think over the game, you've got to give it to Enzo. And for Liverpool, I'd give it to Canate. So I'd go one of those, really. We'll do a poll on that in a minute. Let's just see how much is going to get added on. I mean, I tell you who we haven't spoken about. Sanchez. What have Liverpool done there? What have Liverpool done there? I was just going to say, we haven't spoken about Sanchez much. He's done reasonably well. He gets the ball. He passes it straight to McAllister, who gives it to Nunez, whose pass is shit, and it could have been a winner. That's terrible by Nunez there. Mark, when will we cooking with Goldbridge or gaming sessions return? Also, love your content, says Atava. I think we just got to get to a point where the transfer window is closed, mate, because it just gets so busy. Good pressing by Chelsea there, but Liverpool play through the press. And here's Alexi McAllister. And that'll be a foul by Conor Gallagher, and it'll be a yellow card as well. Jack says, complain to the referee about his bad decisions even slightly and you get booked. The FA are just giving horrible referees more and more power. Alexi McAllister's not happy with Anthony Taylor here. I mean, he's booked him. And he's booked Alexi McAllister, I think. Well, they're booking people for dissent, aren't they? It's because he's gone like that, yellow card, so they're booking them. Trent got a yellow card for bloody time wasting when we've not seen any bloody time wasting. It's stupid, really. Enzo's just gone down injured here, but the ref's played it on. And offside. Oh dear, it's getting a bit messy. He's only added 5 minutes on. We've only got 5 minutes added on here. Well, the penalty's before the offside. Oh no, that would have been a handball, but Sir Bosley was offside. I don't know. Just move on. Just move on. It's got a bit chaotic, this game, and I think I think Chelsea and Liverpool, to their credit, have played a really entertaining game. The officiating has been circus, really. There's been it's almost like they're robots. You've got to book people for this. You've got to book people for that. We've had a handball that I think should have been a handball. Yeah, it's been a bit of a circus this second half in relation to the officiating. It's probably equalled itself out. What's his face says Elliott's a must starter. Look, I think if Chelsea didn't have Sterling and had a proper attacker like Nkunku, they'd probably won this game. And I think if Liverpool had a holding midfielder, they probably won the game, because you need to get Alexi McAllister further up the pitch. He can't be the holding player. So I think both teams, if they take a draw, they've got something to work with. Neil says these booking rules make me very worried for Bruno and Casemiro. That's why I'm saying the booking rules are ridiculous, because I know it's going to hurt my team as much as it's going to hurt other teams as well. I mean, well played by Darwin Núñez here. Fucking hell, nearly just scored an absolute worldie. But the problem with it will be is that you start booking these players like this, they're going to get suspensions way earlier. That's a corner. Oh, it's a rubbish shot by Darwin Núñez. It was the deflection that beat the keeper. Yeah, and Nkunku's injured. Yeah, I thought Núñez hit this well, but it actually deflects. And it nearly bloody went in as well. Two minutes to go. Chelsea have gone very defensive in the last few minutes, and it's Liverpool who've had more of the attacks. You feel Chelsea are going to need a counter. And they might get it here. Sanchez gets hold of the ball and moves it very quickly. If they move this well, it's a lovely run. It's a really good run. It's a really good run. Oh, he's rounded the keeper. Just lay it back. Great tackle. Great tackle. McAllister. What a tackle. I tell you what, Chelsea had it there. Mudryk, I'd need to see that again. I don't know what Mudryk did. He seemed to be one-on-one, and I was like, just round the keeper. He's so fast. I'd need to see that again. And then there was another chance, and McAllister tackled it really well. There's only a minute and a half to go here. It's been a fantastic advert for the game. I've played the game. It's been a great game. I've loved it. Fair play. I'd like a draw. That'd be great from a United point of view. I'm sure Arsenal fans, Spurs fans, Brighton fans, anyone in the top half of the table will want a draw now. But Enzo Fernandez has been given man of the match. I can't argue with that. That's a great ball. But Trent gives up a throw-in. We need to see that Mudryk chance again. I don't think they dare tell it. It's been a brilliant advert for competitive football, and this is what I'm talking about, the Saudi League. Look, if they want to try and buy all these players, by all means do it. But you can't buy this. You can't buy a league that is just naturally competitive. You can't do it. And I don't know how they do it, because you're spending so much money. You know, giving Jordan Henderson 700k a week is not going to motivate him as much as when he was at Liverpool trying to win a league. He's going there for the money. He's going for the paycheck. And that naturally will be a drop-off. They haven't shown the Mudryk chance again. And they have blown the whistle. And I almost feel like standing up, not just for a stretch, but to applaud what has been an absolutely fantastic game. I've played the game. That was brilliant. Really, really enjoyed it. I'm happy with the point. That's good. I'm happy with the point. But it's good from a United point of view, I think. But either team could have won that. I think the draw is the right result. And that's the game of the weekend. It was the game of the weekend in relation to profile. And it's delivered the game of the weekend as well. Absolutely fantastic. I think Chelsea and Liverpool can both take big positives from that. And it's going to be very interesting between those two. I think there's a conversation in itself. Maybe we'll do it on the podcast. Who will have the better season? Because I think the next 2 weeks of the transfer window will dictate that. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Really appreciate that. I am going to be on the United stand tonight, but it's going to be late. It's probably going to be 10, 11 o'clock. So a really late United stand show tonight, but tune in for it. Thanks everyone for tuning in here. Make sure you subscribe. Oh, we're so close. We're so close to 1 million. We're so close. And I'm going to go and do a match reaction now because I think that's been the game of the weekend. I just want to talk about it. Headline, Chelsea are back. I think Chelsea and Liverpool are back based on that. I can see it. There is a but I thought they were great. I will be live on United Stand about 10, 11 o'clock. Just keep an eye out for when I schedule it. And thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe on the way out. Smash a like. Big shout out to Manscaped. 20% off, free worldwide shipping. Links in the description. Use the code FOOTY. Fantastic products. Beard trimmer, ball trimmer, nose trimmer. They're all fantastic. Get them delivered. You will not regret it. You will say, Goldbridge, you were right. Yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. I'll speak to you all in a bit. Thanks for watching.